On a 72-degree Friday night in Thibodaux, we are live from Ben Meyer Diamond at Didier Field. Bryant Johnson with you for the first of 3 games between Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Nicholls. We were so excited for the first of 3 games that we started a little early tonight. We're already underway, and Itchy Burt's has led off with a single for A&M Corpus Christi. He's first in the conference in doubles and hits for a reason. And on the 3rd pitch of the day, he smacked one into center field. Burt's is aboard, and Enrique Sanchez Jr. is at the plate for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Islanders are 15-9 on the year. They're 4-2 in the Southland. Colonels are 11-11. They're 3-3 in SLC play. And we will see what this elite pitching staff can do against one of the country's best hitting teams in all of D1. Trevor Kilcrease, a confident curveball, and he's ahead 0-2 on Enrique Sanchez Jr. You've got 8 straight Islanders that are in the lineup today, all batting above 300. They're 3rd in the country in batting average, and they are the 2nd highest RPI team in the Southland Conference for a reason. Kilcrease has an 0-2 pitch. He'll leave the fastball outside, 1-2 to the right-handed hitting third baseman. Colonels are in their home whites, red pinstripes on the jerseys and the pants, red knee-high socks with the red stirrups, and of course the red caps for the Colonels with the N in white and the silver sword across the bend in that N. Red lettering for the Colonels at home in their first of 3 straight against the Islanders. Kilcrease has a 1-2 pitch. Will put the curve in the turf, 2-2. Jeff Minton is our home plate umpire. Andrew Chestnut is at first base. Tracy Cheek is at third base. Itchy Burt's occupying first for the Islanders after opening the game with a single. The worst hitter that Trevor Kilcrease will face today is the number 9 man for A&M Corpus Christi. Rivera Shaheen is still batting .290. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the first. Trevor Kilcrease, a fastball. It's looped towards short center field. Dane Simon will call everybody off, and he's got the first out of the game. Corpus Christi has their RPI to number 83 in the country. We've got 299 D1 teams in 2019. And the Islanders are making a good case for an at-large bid if, for whatever reason, they're unable to win the conference tournament. Looks like Sam Houston State and Texas A&M Corpus Christi are the teams to beat right now. But we all know that Southeastern and McNeese, Nicholls, Central Arkansas, Houston Baptist, a lot of competitive teams that are ready to give Sam Houston a run for their money. And of course, Incarnate Word, the emergence of the Cardinals last year, something that we have to keep in mind as well. Kilcrease has a throw over to first. Burt's is back. Tied for the team lead in stolen bases this season is Itchy Burt's. He's got 5 and 6 attempts. Texas A&M Corpus Christi hitting .329 as a team 24 games into the season. With 1 out in the first, Kilcrease will send a curve in. It's a little low and inside for ball 1. Nicholls has moved on from Wednesday's loss to LSU, and it was a quiet bus ride back to Thibodaux. Teams met pregame and talked about the optimism of the season. LSU looking like a SEC title contender, maybe the best team in the country. They came in preseason number 1. And Paul Maneri was complimentary about the Colonels before the first pitch. Those compliments continued post-game after the 5-4 walk-off 10th inning win for LSU. Nicholls met in the outfield as they normally do following games, but there were just no words that needed to be said, and the team bust up and left within 10 minutes of the game ending. The 1-0 pitch, it's popped foul. It'll head towards the dugout down the third base line. Brady Bell watches it sail out of play, and Trevor Kilcrease has a strike against Joey Werner. A couple changes for the Colonels. Waylon LeBlanc is making his 2019 debut. He is the starting second baseman tonight. He's been battling some health issues this season. They've been causing migraines and just a lot of problems that Waylon has spent all year addressing. The team has worked with him, and it is great to see him at second. A 1-1 to Werner. It's down and in. A couple balls and 1 strike to the 3-hitter for A&M Corpus Christi. Brady Bell is the Colonel third baseman. Ethan Valdez is your shortstop. LeBlanc at second. And Adam Tarver, converted pitcher. He's back at first base after a 2-home run game against LSU. A 2-1 pitch, knee high and across the plate for strike 2. Chris Sandberg working with today's starting pitcher, and Sandberg continues to do it with his defense and with his bat. .326 hitter on the year. And Chris Sandberg, you'll see him all 3 games this weekend behind home plate. Alec Paz is in right field, Dane Simon in center field, Austin France is the left fielder for Nicholls. Trevor Kilcrease, his 2-2 pitch, it's popped foul and out of play. The last time we had the privilege of watching Trevor Kilcrease pitch at home, he picked up 14 strikeouts against the University of New Orleans. His ERA is down to 4.73 on the year, and it's been a similar season to his second year at Gulf Coast Community College, where he struggled a little bit in non-conference and then turned it on in conference play. Kilcrease, his 2-2 pitch. It's a curve outside for ball 3. Burtz takes off for second. A great throw by Sandberg, and Valdez applies the tag. Burtz is out at second, and now there's 2 strikes and 2 outs in the first. Chris Sandberg will not get cheated on a throw to second. He is going to give you everything he's got, and it's up to the second baseman or shortstop to find that ball and apply the tag. But this time the throw was on the money. And the second that ball left the fingertips of Chris Sandberg, you knew that it would get there in time. Full count, 2 outs in the top of the first. The 3-2 from Kilcrease, a liner into left. It's in between the third baseman and shortstop. 2-out single for Joey Werner, and that's the second hit of the inning for A&M Corpus Christi. Scott Malone is in his 12th year as manager with Texas A&M Corpus Christi. He's looking for his 300th career win today, and he has a robust offense to work with. And they have just been pounding out hits since the first game of this 2019 season. Corpus Christi won 9 of their final 10 games in the 2018 season. With 2 outs and a runner on, first pitch is topped towards short. Anderson will end the inning with a 6-3 flip. Nice play between Valdez and LeBlanc. And the Colonels are able to strand an Islander. A couple hits allowed by Trevor Kilcrease, but on one pitch, Nick Anderson grounds out to short, and the Colonels will keep Corpus off the scoreboard to start tonight's game. 2 hits, no runs, 1 left aboard, no errors, no score after the top of the first. Colonels coming to the plate on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Dustin Lacaze is ready for his first career appearance in Thibodaux. Texas A&M Corpus Christi junior Friday night starter. He'll deal with Ethan Valdez, Austin France, and Dylan Bell to start tonight's game. No score, bottom of the first. 72 degrees with a 4-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from southeast. We wait all winter for days like today, and every single player that woke up this morning pulled open those curtains, looked outside, and realized that this entire weekend will be low to mid-70s, sunshine every day, and that bright blue backdrop that you live for as a ball player. Lacaze's first pitch of the game. It's lined towards left. An aggressive start for Valdez, but Williams steps to his left. He makes the catch, and there's one out on one pitch. For Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Trevor Beard, he'll work with Nicholls. He's the starting catcher for A&M Corpus Christi. They've had some injury issues behind home plate this year. Beard will make his 11th start of the season. One out, no score, and Luke Marbach over at first base. Itchy Burt's at second base. Enrique Sanchez Jr., he's the third baseman. Nicholls puts a fastball in the corner, strike one to Austin France. Shortstop is Steve Rivera Shaheen. Anderson is in center field. Jeffries is in right field. Mike Williams is in left. The 0-1 hits the inner half of the plate for strike two, and this is what Nicholls has done in most of his appearances this season. A couple relief appearances, 5 starts. His ERA is down to 2.5 on the year. It's his first year as the face of the rotation for Corpus. 0-2 fastball off the plate for ball one. He was the number 2 starter last season, but that's more than fine considering who the face of the rotation was in 2018 for the Islanders. 1-2 pitch, it's tipped foul. France stays alive, and he'll re-grip his gloves and stand back into the box. Aaron Hernandez, a top 90 pick in the 2018 Major League Baseball draft, 3rd round selection by the Los Angeles Angels. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away in the bottom of the first. The pitch to France, he chops it off his right foot, foul ball. France stays alive. Aaron Hernandez was ridiculous in the Southland Conference. Now, he had some academic issues that forced him to miss a season. He almost didn't play last year, but Scott Malone did some soul searching with his coaches and with the community and gave Hernandez a chance to bounce back, and he certainly did. Had a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. A 1-2 pitch right by France, a strikeout to start for Nicholls. He gets a line out on the first pitch of the game, and now Austin France, he becomes out number 2. Nicholls was a reliever his freshman season. Made 13 starts last year. His 54 strikeouts were second to Aaron Hernandez. He's got a couple quick outs to start tonight's game, and now Dylan Bell stands in. He'll pop up and slice the first pitch out of play on the third base line. Aaron Hernandez didn't have great stats last season. His ERA finished at 4.7. But you have to credit the way Corpus was able to survive a terrible month of March. They had a rough end of February. They just missed the conference tournament. The 0-1 pitch, it's left outside for ball one. Dylan Bell, he's got his average up to 210. His on-base percentage has been a real sweet source of success this year, and now his hitting is starting to come together with that OBP. 425 on-base percentage, second on the team. The 1-1, it's down and in for ball two. 3 solo home runs by the Colonels in their 1-run, 10th inning loss to number 7 LSU on Wednesday. Bell had a bomb into right field. Go-ahead shot. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. The pitch to Bell. It's up and in for ball 3. Already 19 walks on the year for Dylan Bell. Adam Tarver with 2 home runs on Wednesday, but Dylan Bell, his blast reminded you of what that swing is capable of. The 3-1, he fouls it off. Dylan Bell now has a full count. Bases are empty in the bottom of the first inning. Corpus came up with a couple hits in the top of the first, but Chris Sandberg was able to throw out Itchy Burt's on an attempted steal. No runs allowed by Trevor Kilcrease. The 3-2 pitch, down and in, ball 4, 20th walk of the season for Dylan Bell. 20 walks in 23 games. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Colonels are looking for the first run of the game, and they'll get their cleanup hitter to the plate. Alec Paz, starting right fielder. It's his first season with Nicholls. Colonels have 3 junior college transfers that aren't playing like first-year JC players. Righty on righty, pitches on the corner, and it's strike one. Nicholls stands in at 6'1", 207 pounds. Haven't seen him show that slider to start today's game, but he's got a nice curve, fastball in the upper 80s, low 90s. With Bell on first, his 0-1 fastball. Comebacker, it's snagged on one hop by Nicholls and a casual underhand toss to first base. That'll end the first inning. Colonels come up with a walk. They fail to bring home Bell. No hits, no runs, 1 left aboard, no errors in the bottom of the first, and we are scoreless after our opening inning of play. Top of the second from Thibodaux after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Mike Williams, Luke Marbach, and Thomas Jeffries IV. They'll bat for Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the second. No score between the Colonels and Islanders. And right out the gate, Trevor Kilcrease will tend to one of the hottest hitters in the Southland Conference. I guess you could say that about this entire lineup for A&M Corpus Christi. Williams will take a curve. It's in the turf for ball 1. Williams is 3rd in the conference in triples. He's 4th in hits. He's 8th in total bases, number 10 in batting average. The 1-0 fastball, a swinging strike, 1-1. LSU was all lefties on Wednesday. They had 4 in a row in their lineup. Scott Malone spreads out his left-handed hitters. The 1-1 pitch on the corner, strike 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Those are your lefties for Corpus. Situational bullpen help, unnecessary when matching up against the Islanders. The 1-2, a high hop towards second. LeBlanc plays back, fields it eye high, and throws to first for the out. Taking care of the leadoff man is Trevor Kilcrease, 1 away in the second. This is a big opportunity for LeBlanc at second base. It has been the one position this season that Nicholls is trying to secure. And LeBlanc has had some health scares, and he's been open about them. So has Coach Thibodaux, that there's been a lot of testing and a lot of frayed nerves as they've tried to identify the migraine issues that he was battling and some of the blood problems that were creating those concerns. With 1 away in the second, curve is left off the corner, ball 1 to Marbach. Luke Marbach, another underclassman, 7 of the 9 hitters that Kilcrease will face today. They're either freshmen, sophomores, or juniors. The 1-0 fastball, low and away, ball 2. LeBlanc was valuable as a reserve last year, as a pinch runner. You could sub him in to play some defense late in the game. He'll bat 9th today. We'll see a lot of them this weekend. 2-0 pitch laced into left, and that's the first hit of the second inning. 3rd hit of the game for Corpus. Luke Marbach, he's at first base, and that's the 3rd single for the Islanders. Trevor Kilcrease had 14 strikeouts the last time he was pitching in this park. You've got to get to 2 strikes to even have an opportunity to secure a strikeout, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi isn't missing on many of their swings. They may take a pitch or 2, but this team is built to hit. Runner on, no score, top of the second inning. Brady Bell will play in at third. Thomas Jeffries, he stands in, and the first pitch to him, it's back on the corner for strike one. Jeffries is the right fielder for Corpus Christi. One of 7 players in this starting lineup that started at least 21 games this season. 314 hitter, no home runs, 11 RBIs. A lot of speed on the back end of this Corpus Christi lineup. The 0-1 from Kilcrease, it's off the plate, ball 1. LSU exists to swing for the fences and to be a power team. There was a little small ball late in the game, and it helped them pick up that win. But now that we're back in Southland Conference play, you've got a lot of mirror images, a lot of teams that will put stress tests on defenses and pitchers early in the game. Brady Bell may be over at third base blowing bubbles, but he is expecting to be a prominent part of either this at-bat or the next at-bat, anticipating steal or maybe a slap single his way. Kilcrease will let Marbach know that he recognizes him over at first base. Quick toss over to first. Jeffrey stays in the box. He'll tap home plate, open up his stance. He wears number 13 for the Islanders, and he's ready for this 1-1 pitch. Working out of the stretch, Kilcrease fires a curve, check swing. Strike 2, no doubt about it. Jeff Minton checked in with Andrew Chestnut at first base. But Kilcrease knew that he had a strike regardless. And now a 1-2 count, 1 away, runner on the top of the second inning. No score between the Islanders and Colonels. Trevor Kilcrease has 33 strikeouts in 28 innings this season. He's ready for his first of the night. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball towards second. LeBlanc lays out, gets his glove on it, throws to first, and comes up with the out. 4-3 put out, second out of the inning. Advancing to second is Luke Marbach. But instead of runners on the corners and 1 out, there's 2 down and a runner on second for Trevor Beard. You never know how a player will respond to their first game of the season after sitting on the sidelines for the first 7 weeks. LeBlanc has been involved in a couple plays in the second inning, and that was a play that we saw Ethan Valdez make for 3 straight years at second base. It's been missing this season. Valdez is now over at short. He's replacing a 4-year starter in Joey Morales, and now you've got Waylon LeBlanc picking up where Valdez left off and making a great play at second. 3 hits already for Corpus. They've yet to score a run. 2 down, runner in scoring position. Trevor Beard's at the plate. And Kilcrease winds and pitches and misses inside for ball 1. It's good to see Kilcrease confident with his curve early in these counts. Finishing has been the challenge. It's been his story since high school. Grew up in Florida, played in Mississippi in the junior college ranks. Colonels found him during a fall tournament 2 years ago. And he will have a little more time to prepare for this next pitch for Beard. Trevor Beard steps out, re-enters the batter's box, tug at his batting helmet, white gloves by the right-handed hitting catcher. And the 1-0 pitch, it's in the turf, ball 2. Sandberg blocks it. Nowhere to go for Marbach. Jake Badavian will pitch tomorrow night for the Colonels, and then it's the freshman Shane Mejia on Sunday. Jake Badavian was not trying to send any signals to Corpus Christi before the game, but it'd be easy to be a little confused. Jake had the broom out. He was just trying to sweep the dugout. He said it was a little too dusty. He's OCD, likes to keep it clean. Something you don't see every day at the ballpark. 2-0 fastball. It's outside, ball 3. First 3-0 count issued to an Islander hitter. I didn't know what Badavian was doing with that broom before the game, and I asked him, are you trying to send signals to Corpus right now? Is this a statement being made? He goes, oh gosh, no, I hope they don't think that. It's just really dirty in here. We're trying to, normally it's clean. Had some teams in here, just wanted to clean it up. 3-0 fastball on the corner, strike one. Didier Field can be a busy place during the week if Nicholls isn't at home. You always have some tournaments or teams practicing here, and Badavian just wanted to make sure that that dugout was in tip-top shape. Looks great, Jake. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. No score in the second. And a ground ball and a 3-1 pitch. It's back in the hole. It's short. Valdez fields, and a chest-high throw to Tarver will end the second inning. A 6-3 put out, a hit allowed to Luke Marbach, but no runs, 1 hit, 1 left aboard, no errors. And Trevor Kilcrease has kept the number 3 hitting team in the country off the scoreboard for the first 2 innings. We'll see if he can keep it up. Colonels will try to give him some runs in the bottom of the second on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Yeah, good. Thank you. Good to see you.
Everything go all right?
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Adidas, the official outfitter of Nicholls Athletics. Adidas is all in. People's Health, your Medicare health team. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Allstate agent Stephanie Hebert. You're in good hands with Allstate. Louisiana Cajun Bayou Tourism. South Louisiana Bank, your dreams, our solution. And Momentum CrossFit. Call in and save the code Colonel 2019 for 10% off a subscription. The Colonels value their corporate partners and thank them for their support.
We're in the bottom of the second inning in Thibodaux. No score between Nicholls and Corpus Christi. It's a beautiful place to be, and we are enjoying another sunny Friday afternoon in Thibodaux. It is Fried Fish Friday. And this is when it can become a difficult task as a broadcaster to stay focused on the game. Catfish, Friday night, Southern hospitality. Get to the concession stands now. Trevor Kilcrease has done a great job pitching through the first 2 innings. Now he'll look for a little run support. Colonels picked up 3 home runs in their close extra inning loss to LSU on Wednesday night, and Adam Tarver had 2 of them. Home run swing on the first pitch of the inning from Nicholls. Tarver comes up a little short. He falls behind 0-1. An 0-1 fastball is left down and away, ball 1. Tarver is playing first base for the Colonels tonight. He's batting 5th, and he's got Dane Simon on deck. Corpus will send their infielders into the outfield with Adam Tarver at the plate. 1-1 pitch, high fastball, late swing, strike 2. Sanchez is back on the edge of the outfield grass at third base. Rivera Shaheen, his feet are on the outfield turf. And Burt's, same story at second. His heels are on outfield turf as well. 1-2 pitch, ground ball past the diving Sanchez at third. It rolls into left field, and the Colonels have their first hit of the night. Adam Tarver keeps swinging. Adam Tarver was hitting 200 before Wednesday's game. He's now got 3 hits in his last 4 at bats. His cell phone was blowing up post-game. And it was a loss, and one that was felt and reverberated throughout South Louisiana. Colonels had LSU beat on a number of occasions. LSU came back, and as we all know, there's no moral victories in this game. But Adam Tarver had a night that he could celebrate and really appreciate. Dane Simon will show bunt. He'll bring the bat back and take a strike on the corner. Daniel Cabrera won the game for LSU with his first hit of the night, an RBI double off the wall into right field. It was the only way that he could come back and overshadow his former high school teammate at Parkview Baptist. Pickoff attempt over to first base, sliding back in time is Tarver. No score in the bottom of the second. Colonels have a runner on, and their center fielder, Dane Simon, is at the plate. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Lacaze Kicks and pitches and will hit Simon in his batting helmet, and Nicholls has runners on first and second. It was a breaking ball, and Simon was happy to take one for the team.
Now batting for the Colonels, the third baseman is number 12.
Brady Bell continues to be the most consistent Colonel. He's been such a steady hitter. You bring him to the plate with runners on first and second and no outs. You've got a lot of options here. Sanchez is over at third, looking into the dugout, figuring out how his coach wants to shade the infield and prepare for this at-bat. Left-handed hitting third baseman, redshirt senior season with Nicholls. And Bell will step up to the edge of the batter's box. He'll bring the bat around and show bunt, but he will foul off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Seth Thibodeau is in the third base coach's box for the Colonels. He's the 9th-year manager of Nicholls, 240 wins in his 9 seasons. Ford Pemberton, he's over in the first base box. Tarver's on second base. Dane Simon is on first. Brady Bell will show bunt again. And here's the pitch from Nicholls. It's outside for ball 1. There's a lot to pay attention to with this Corpus Christi infield. They are exceptional at pickoff attempts, especially to second base. And Adam Tarver, he keeps twisting and turning his head around towards Rivera Shaheen and trying to figure out if the shortstop is going to sneak in for a pickoff attempt. The 1-1 pitch, Bell bunts it foul again, and now Brady Bell will have to swing away. This can be a boost for Brady. There are some players that you hate to see bunt. The situation calls for it. But Brady Bell is meant to have that bat in his hands as a weapon. 333 hitter, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. He was a 282 hitter his last year in junior college, and he's been above 300 his 2 years as a D1 ball player. The 1-2 pitch, line drive foul. Bounces off the sidewall in front of the dugout. Parker White's going to have to run a long way down the left field line to go and get it. We will pause for Parker. $6 p.m. tonight, 6 p.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m. on Sunday, and all 3 games available on ESPN Radio New Orleans and live for free on YouTube. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bell, line drive towards short. Rivera Shaheen backhands, flips to second. Burtz gets one, but his throw to first is late. Colonels have runners on the corners with 1 out in the second. Fielder's choice, but it does advance the lead runner. It's a baby bunt. You won't get the sacrifice, but Bell is aboard, and now Chris Sandberg will get to swing away in the 8-hole. Coach Tibb has resisted the urge to move Chris Sandberg to a higher spot in the order. And this is why. Nicholls loves having a 300 8-hitter who is also a top-tier catcher in this conference. Sandberg batting .326 on the season. Pitch from Nicholls, it's a fastball in the corner for strike 1. The lone Californian in Colonel Country this season. Chris Sandberg's mom is from New York. He grew up in LA and went to Mount San Antonio College. 6 foot, 180 pounds. Big opportunity to give the Colonels the first run of the game. We're scoreless in the bottom of the second. The 0-1 pitch, low and away, ball 1. Nicholls is 88 to 91 miles an hour with his fastball. But he's had some nice movement and zip on these pitches. Sanchez is back behind the bag at third base. Double play depth at short and second for Shaheen and Burtz. And a 1-1 pitch that Sandberg loops down the right field line. It's flying foul, and it's out of play. Nicholls has 1 strikeout. It was against the second hitter that he faced. Austin France, the only strikeout victim, but now Sandberg has a 1-2 count with one away in the second. When Nicholls is ahead in the count, opposing hitters are batting .44 off of him. He has dominated in these situations. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners on the corners. Nicholls sets and deals. Ground ball to third, bobbled and collected by Sanchez. He gets the lead out at second, and it's turned for a double play. Sanchez, Burtz, and Marbach. 5-4-3, just like that. And the Colonels are unable to take advantage of a leadoff single and a hit batsman. Tarver and Simon, they were on first and second with no outs. But Bell, he grounds into a fielder's choice, and it's a double play to end the inning off the bat of Sandberg. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left aboard, no errors in the inning, and no score after 2 innings from Thibodeau. We're back to Ben Meyer Diamond for the top of the third after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Top of the third inning from Ray E. Didier Field. No score between Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Nicholls. Steven Rivera Shaheen will lead off the inning for A&M CC. He's the number 9 hitter. Shortstop was part of a couple critical plays in the bottom of the second inning, and he handled both with ease. Kept the Colonels off the scoreboard, and now the left-handed hitting shortstop will lead things off in the third. Trevor Kilcrease will wind and pitch and get a ground ball in the first pitch. 4 big hops, backhanded at second, and LeBlanc makes his third play look effortless. A 4-3 put out to start the third, and that's 4 of the last 7 outs that he's been involved in. 3 of the last 6 have come directly to Waylon LeBlanc in his first game of the season. Trevor Kilcrease, 3 hits early, but still no runs allowed. We're back to the top of the order, and it's Itchy Burtz. He'll show bunt, but bring the bat back and take a ball outside. Itchy Burtz has had a big-time season. He's 22nd in the country in doubles. That's first in the conference. He's got 9 of them. Second in hits, and he'll take a 1-0 fastball up and in. 13th in the country in hits, second in the conference. When you are anchoring the number 3 offense in the country, you better have numbers to back it up, and Burtz does. The 2-0 pitch, fastball hip high, strike 1. Burtz is batting .339 on the year, no home runs, 10 RBIs, and he opened the game with a single on the 3rd pitch of the night. The 2-1 from Trevor Kilcrease, fastball knee high for strike 2. But it was a short-lived trip on the base paths for Itchy Burtz. He attempted to steal second base. Chris Sandberg didn't like that decision and threw him out. The 2-2, it's grounded foul at the first base line. Corpus is 4-2 in Southland Conference play. Nicholls is 3-3. Colonels opened the year with a Friday night loss to UNO, but they came back and won the Saturday and Sunday game. Lost a couple close games in Conway, Arkansas on Friday and Saturday last week before winning on Sunday. The 2-2 pitch, up and in, ball 3. And Burtz is going to provide a presence on top of home plate. He's not going to give you a lot of room to work with. Gilcrease came inside, just missed. Full count, one away, bases empty in a scoreless game. The 3-2 pitch, fouled off. We'll keep the count full. It has been 5 long years since Texas A&M Corpus Christi last played in this park. Southland Conference, come on. 3-2 pitch, fastball's outside, and the first walk of the game has been issued by Trevor Gilcrease. Trevor's done a nice job with his strikeout to walk ratio. He's kept it at 2-1 this year. 16th walk in 26 innings. He's got those 33 strikeouts on the year. He's still looking for his first tonight. Burtz is on first. There's one out, and Enrique Sanchez Jr. will get his second plate appearance. Right-handed hitting third baseman stands in, prepares for the pitch. Gilcrease sets, fires, and gets a ground ball to short. One long hop, scoop by Valdez. He steps on second and throws to first. It's a 6-3 double play to end the top of the third inning. Unassisted to Valdez, and the Colonel defense taking care of Trevor Gilcrease for the first 3 innings. Those 3 early hits, they haven't hurt Gilcrease at all. And Corpus Christi zeros through the first 2.5 innings. No hits, none left aboard, no errors, no runs for Corpus in the top of the third. We're scoreless through 2.5 innings on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Next season, we will celebrate the 70th year of Didier Field. No score, bottom of the third. We're in Thibodaux tonight as Nicholls and Texas A&M Corpus Christi square off for the first of 3 games. Didier Field continuing to receive a facelift every offseason, improvements everywhere you look. Ray Didier was the head baseball coach here from 1964 to 1973. He was the athletic director from 1963 to 1978. Big addition in the offseason for 2018-2019, chairback seating behind home plate. Bottom of the third will open up with Waylon LeBlanc standing in for his first plate appearance of the year, and he'll take a ball inside from Nicholls. The 1-0 pitch, it's down and away for ball 2. Waylon LeBlanc continuing to show Seth Thibodaux that he is back, he's healthy, and he is ready to take over at second base for the rest of the year. 2-0 pitch, up and in, but across for strike 1. Waylon grew up in Hahnville, played in 14 games last year, made a couple starts at second base. He'll show bunt and bring the bat back to take strike 2. Andrew Chestnut, he's the first base umpire, and he signals strike on that bunt attempt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man in the bottom of the third. Still looking for our first run between the Islanders and Colonels. The 2-2 fastball right on the corner, strike 3, and that's the second strikeout of the night for Nicholls. Dustin Nicholls is making his 6th start of the year. And you better swing at the pitches that do hit the plate. hard to come by. Making contact with Nicholls has been a challenge this season. He's averaging almost 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's averaging half a hit per inning. Only 17 hits allowed on the year. Colonels have one tonight. Ethan Valdez will stand in for the second time today, and he'll take a curve in the turf for ball 1. Valdez lined out to center field to start the game, but he is back atop this Colonel lineup after hitting 3rd and 6 for 8 games this season. The 1-0 fastball tails down and away for ball 2. And Dustin Nicholls is off the mound to take the ball back from his catcher, Trevor Beard. He'll climb back atop the rubber and stand in for this 2-0 count. The 2-0 fastball, high chop to short. Rivera Shaheen charges, fields, and a shoulder-high throw to first base takes care of Valdez. Marbach is the first baseman for Corpus, and he'll take care of the second out. We'll see 3 different uniforms this weekend from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They are in their Friday night grays tonight. Gray pants, gray jerseys with blue on the shoulders and across the front of the Islander insignia on the front of the jerseys. Austin France, aggressive on the first pitch of the at-bat with 2 away in the 3rd. He swings and fails to connect, 0-1. All blue ball cap for the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. White cleats for our starting pitcher, Dustin Nicholls. The 0-1 fastball, line towards second. It's grounded into the glove of Burtz, and he'll flip to first to take care of a 1-2-3 3rd inning. First time tonight, Nicholls has gone 1-2-3, and he does it against the number 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Colonels. Strikeout, ground out to short, ground out to second. No hits, no runs, nobody left the board, no errors, and no score after 3 innings between Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Nicholls. We'll see you in the top of the 4th after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We're back at Ben Meyer Diamond on the campus of Nicholls State University. No score between Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Nicholls. We're in the top of the 4th inning. And here comes the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the number 3 hitting team in the country. Corpus came in batting .329 as a team, and Joey Werner will lead things off in the 4th. The DH singled in his first plate appearance in the opening inning. Trevor Kilcrease turns to his fastball, and he leaves it low and away for ball 1. A warm 73-degree afternoon in South Louisiana today. Kilcrease will get a pop-up behind home plate on the 1-0 pitch. It's heading towards the dugout and out of play. Joey Werner grew up in Hastings, Minnesota. Arctic blast all winter in Hastings. Warmest day of the year in Minnesota is today, and it hit 46 degrees. There's a 60 in the forecast next week for Joey and his family, but Joey's enjoying life on the island. Who wouldn't? Living down in southeast Texas. A 1-1 pitch. It's lofted foul and out of play on the 3rd baseline. Nicholls normally leads the conference, if not the country, in hit batters. Ethan Valdez led the country in hit by pitches last year. Joey Werner is a reason why Nicholls doesn't have as many players in the top 10 in HBPs this year. He's top 5 in the conference in hit by pitches, and he is also a .320 hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Pitch from Kilcrease, sent out of play again. It's fouled off behind home plate. Corpus has 3 hits through their first 3 innings. Nicholls has 1. Both teams are looking for their first run. The 1-2 pitch. Soft tap to third, charging his bell. Fields on the edge of the infield grass and launches it over to first for the out. Tarver extended and was able to catch it in time. Werner has a little bit of speed, but Brady Bell leaving nothing to chance on that throw from third to first. Nick Anderson had a runner on and 2 outs in the first inning during his first plate appearance, but he grounded out to shortstop. That was a tough inning for Corpus Christi. 2 hits, but no runs. Kilcrease sends in a curve that'll force Anderson to duck. He's out of the way in time, and it's 1-0. Itchy Burtz had led off the game with a single, but he was caught trying to steal second. Joey Werner had a 2-out single, but he was stranded at first. A 1-0 pitch, up and in, ball 2. Both pitchers have done a wonderful job controlling each inning and depending on their defense to come up with critical outs. Second time through the order for Trevor Kilcrease. His 2-0 fastball on the corner for strike 1. Dustin Lacaze, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 41 pitches. 1 out in the top of the 4th. 2-1 pitch to Anderson, down and away for ball 3. For Trevor Kilcrease, it's 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk. Still looking for his first strikeout. 48 pitches. The 3-1 from Kilcrease, ripped towards short, diving is Valdez. He can't get a glove on it, and it rolls into Austin France's glove in left field. A 1-out single by Nick Anderson. Story of this weekend is starting pitching. If you can get through Corpus's starters in 5, 6, 7 innings of work, you have a chance. If Lacaze and company are able to go those 6, 7, 8 innings like they have this season, it's been a tough team to beat. Next to impossible to keep these Islander bats quiet for an entire game. But Nicholls has a top 20 pitching staff. They've allowed 22 runs in their last 8 games. 1 out, runner on, pitch from Kilcrease. It's a curve on the corner for strike 1. That you can put the cleanup hitter on first base and confidently step back on that slab and throw a first pitch curve for a strike. This is why Trevor Kilcrease has become the face of the Colonel's rotation. The 0-1 fastball, it's down and in for ball 1. Mike Williams, it's his junior season for Corpus. He's the number 3 hitter on the number 3 hitting team in the country. Batting 5th, but hitting .353 on the year, a couple home runs and 13 RBIs. Ground out to Waylon LeBlanc at second base in the 2nd inning. Left-handed hitting left fielder. He's got a 1-1 count with 1 away and a runner on. And that runner takes off as the pitch is fouled off behind home plate. And Nick Anderson, he heard the bat and ball, but he was not about to turn back even though he knew it was foul. Anderson laying out at second base. It's symbolic of the type of season that Scott Malone is trying to create for Corpus. Don't knock on the wall, run through the wall. It was a foul ball, are you sure? Slide like there is going to be a play at the plate. 100% effort on every pitch and play for Corpus. The 1-2 is on the way. It's low and outside for ball 2. And as the sun starts to set over the right field line at Didier Field, Trevor Kilcrease Still trying to prevent this Islander offense from finding their form. Two balls, two strikes, one out in the top of the fourth. The pitch from Kilcrease, lightly tapped and it's foul behind home plate. Williams making Kilcrease work to try to get this second out of the inning. This is already the longest at bat. It'll be at least 7 pitches. First trip to Louisiana this season for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They have been one of the better teams in the entire state of Texas. Runner takes off as the 2-2 pitch is left outside. Sandberg, a great throw to second, and he takes care of another Islander trying to steal on his watch. 2 for 2 is Sandberg today. Anderson taking care of it second, and there's 2 away in the fourth. And this sends a message to a red-hot offense. If you want to come up with some home runs and extra base hits, have at it. Good luck. But stealing bases, they are not happening for the Islanders tonight. The 3-2 pitch, ground ball up the first baseline. It's snagged by Tarver, and he'll walk it over to first. Trevor Kilcrease, he's able to evade another costly inning. No runs are scored. Corpus puts more base runners aboard, but they're unable to bring them home. A one-out single is wasted by Anderson. He's thrown out trying to steal second. Mike Williams, a ground out to first base. And Corpus is scoreless through their first 4 trips through the order. No score after the top of the fourth inning at Didier Field. We're back to Ben Meyer Diamond for the bottom of the fourth after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We'll see the Colonels 3, 4, 5 hitters in the bottom of the fourth. No score between Corpus and the Colonels. Starts with Dylan Bell. And the bottom of the first will open with a ball outside by Dustin Lacaze. Dylan Bell, he walked in the first inning. Colonels are still stuck on 1 hit. They've had 3 base runners, and Bell was the first. The 1-0 from Lacaze, it's in the turf for ball 2. And this is a rare 2-0 count. It's the second of the game. Both have come with Dylan Bell at the plate. Ignore the .210 batting average. Focus on the .428 on-base percentage for Bell. We all know what his power potential looks like. The 2-0 pitch, it's taken on the inner half, but low and inside for ball 3. Only 15 walks have been issued on the year by Kilcrease. He's given up 1 tonight, and Dylan Bell trying to get his second walk of the game. The 3-0 fastball, knee-high for strike 1. The shift is on for Dylan Bell. Sanchez is playing closer to shortstop. Rivera Shaheen, the shortstop, he's playing off second at an angle towards center field. And Lacaze, a 3-1 fastball. He clips the corner to run the count full. An oversized shift on the left side of the infield, but Burtz is back at normal depth at second. Marbach behind the bag at first. The 3-2 pitch off the foot of Dylan Bell, and the count will stay full. And Nicholls will request a new ball from Jeff Minton. Home plate umpire will walk it to the mound, and Dylan Bell will buy a few more seconds to step out and think about this next pitch. Colonels have been able to get a leadoff hitter aboard once in today's game. They had runners on first and second with no outs in the second. Islanders were able to get a double play. The 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. Second walk of the game is secured by Dylan Bell. We mentioned the success that the Islanders have had against Texas teams and really against most that have encountered the Islanders in the first 24 games of this 2019 season. Texas A&M CC opened with a split against a really good UTSA team, and they'd won the first 2 games of that series before losing the last 2. First pitch sent into pause. He turns on it and flies it into left field. Williams takes a couple steps to his right. He squeezes it. 1 pitch, 1 out for the first out of the 4th inning. Still scoreless in the 4th. Bell's at first base, and Adam Tarver gets his second at bat. He's got the only hit of the day for the Colonels. A split against UT Arlington. A 2-game sweep against Ohio State. A one-and-done win in San Marcos against Texas State. Corpus swept Eastern Michigan in 3 games. And they've kept rolling in Southland Conference play. With 1 out, Tarver swings at the first pitch, and he pops it behind home plate. It's out of play, parking lot bound for the first time today. Adam Tarver falls behind 0-1. Dustin Lacaze received 13 runs of support in his first conference start of the year in San Antonio against UI-Dub. 29 runs scored in that 3-game series by Corpus. The 0-1 to Tarver, down and away, ball 1. And we still have a lot of baseball left to be played tonight and through the weekend. This Colonel pitching staff, it has put together strong start after strong start, an ERA at 3 on the year, and they shut down one of the most prolific offenses in the country on Wednesday. 1-1 to Tarver, ground ball to second. Burtz has time to record the out at second. He gets an easy flip to first, and that is a back-to-basics 4-6-3 double play to finish the 4th inning. Second double play to finish an inning for Dustin Lacaze. He got 1 in the 2nd, another in the 4th. Leadoff walk wasted for the Colonels as Dylan Bell, he's out at 2nd, Tarver out at 1st. No hits, no runs, nobody left aboard, no errors for the Colonels, and no score after 4 innings between Texas A&M Corpus Christi and the Nicholls Colonels. We're back to Didier Field for the top of the 5th after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We're glad you're with us on a Friday night in Thibodaux. No score between Corpus and the Colonels. Top of the 5th inning, Trevor Kilcrease looking for another 3-up, 3-down stretch as the starting pitcher for Nicholls. He'll bounce in a curveball to Luke Marbach, and the Islander first baseman will take ball 1. 6, 7, 8 hitters for Corpus Christi will get their second shot against Trevor Kilcrease. Marbach singled in the 2nd inning, but Trevor Beard grounded into a double play to end the inning. The 1-0 pitch It's down and away for ball 2. Marbach has been top 3, top 2 for Corpus in batting average. His .353 average is now 4th on the team. And he'll take a 2-0 outside for ball 3. But his .449 on base percentage, it ranks 2nd among active Islanders. It shows you why this has been such a tough team to shut out or at least keep off the board throughout much of this 2019 season. Now Luke Marbach, great eye as he takes 4 pitches from Kilcrease, the 3-0 pitch just off the plate, and a 4-pitch walk to start the 5th inning. Kilcrease issued a walk to Itchy Burtz in the 3rd inning, but this is his 2nd of the game, and it gives Thomas Jeffries something to work with. Jeffries is the right fielder, left-handed hitting veteran, one of only a couple seniors that Kilcrease will see. And he'll take a pitch knee high for strike 1. Jeffries chopped one over to second base in the 2nd inning. Thought he had a base hit, but Waylon LeBlanc laid out to his left, knocked the ball down, and threw it to first for the out. No score, top 5, runner on, no balls, 1 strike, no outs. Trevor Kilcrease and Thomas Jeffries ready to go. Here's the pitch from Kilcrease, but time is called just before Kilcrease sent it home, and Kilcrease had to finish his release. Completed the pitch, and Jeffries, he wins that round. Those little inner battles between batter and pitcher. Who can call time just before that pitch is sent home? The 0-1 pitch, curveball lofted towards left field. France shades to his left, steps back, and the Colonel left fielder has the first out of the inning. Marbach is back to first base, and there's 1 out for Trevor Beard. When you have a .329 batting average and you've won 15 of your 24 games, you're not trying to play that sacrifice bunt game, and that is not in Corpus Christi's DNA. They want to run and they want to gap you. Doubles and triples have been a big source of success this season, but they've been unable to run on Nicholls, and they're not moving runners into scoring position with less than 2 outs. Pitch to Trevor Beard. It's on the corner for strike 1. First pitch, fastball strikes. Trevor Kilcrease, he has been on his game tonight. Itchy Burtz, he was thrown out to start the game after leading off with a single. And Chris Sandberg took care of Nick Anderson in the 4th when he tried to steal second. Luke Marbach on first base in a scoreless game with 1 out. Trevor Kilcrease steps and throws his 0-1 curve up and in for ball 1. Stephen F. Austin has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. They're in the 4th inning in Conway between Central Arkansas and the Lumberjacks. Incarnate Word, a 3-0 lead at Joe Miller Ballpark in Lake Charles. First of 3 games between McNeese and Incarnate Word. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Trevor Kilcrease, a fastball, and it's into the netting for strike 2. Fouled off by the right-handed hitting catcher, Trevor Beard. He's 0 for 1 today. A ground out to shortstop to end the 2nd inning. Southeastern is rolling through the first 4 innings against ACU. They've got a 4-1 lead against Abilene. Lamar is on top 1-0 in Natchitoches against Northwestern State. And Sam Houston State and UNO scoreless in the 4th inning at the lakefront. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And time called by Trevor Beard. Every game is different. Every opponent is different. Credit to Trevor Kilcrease for understanding that if he wants to pitch 7 or 8 innings against Corpus, he'll have to pitch to contact sometimes. This isn't going to be a 14 strikeout game like it was in his last home start. The 1-2 curve, tap foul. And Walt Jones makes a barehanded grab in front of the Colonel dugout. Coaches have to show these players that they're still capable. And Walt Jones, hitting coach for the Colonels, left-handed, barehanded grab on the bounce. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the 5th inning is a pink glow now surrounds Didier Field. Gorgeous sunset. The 1-2 from Kilcrease off the plate, ball 2, and a back pick attempted by Sandberg. Back in time is Luke Marbach. He had to slide safely to first base as Sandberg is showing off that cannon tonight. LSU was 2 for 38 at throwing out base stealers heading into Wednesday's game. And here is Sandberg going 2 for 2 tonight in the first of 3 conference games against Corpus. Will they dare try to run again? The 2-2 curve, up and in, ball 3, and the count is full with 1 out in a scoreless game. Steven Rivera Shaheen is in the on-deck circle. He's the shortstop for Corpus. Big at bat for Trevor Beard. Payoff pitch from Trevor Kilcrease. Runner takes off, and it's a comebacker up the mound, fielded by Valdez. He reaches for the tag and gets the out, and it's important. Valdez didn't have a throw to first, but he'll take care of the lead runner, and there's 2 outs in the 5th inning. Scott Malone will call time, and he would like to have a quick conversation with Tracy Cheek. This isn't the SEC. We don't have video review capabilities, but Coach Malone arguing that on the exchange between body and glove, that ball popped out of Ethan Valdez's mitt and therefore eliminated the out. But I'm sure Tracy Cheek is telling him that the tag was legit. The issue was on the exchange between hand and glove. Valdez was trying to turn the double play, and that's when the ball popped out. The umpires will meet, and they'll at least have a conversation to raise a couple of the questions and concerns mentioned by Scott Malone. And Ethan Valdez is over at short explaining to his third baseman Brady Bell and now his second baseman Waylon LeBlanc, here's what happened. I had the out, tried to take the ball, I wanted to throw it to first, I wanted the double play. But the umpires will confirm that the lead out is recorded, and Ethan Valdez has ensured that there are now 2 outs in the 5th inning. Steven Rivera Shaheen. He is the youngest Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islander amongst this starting 9. He's just a sophomore. Proud product of Puerto Rico. He grew up just north of San Juan. Scoreless game, 5th inning, 2 outs, runner aboard. Trevor Kilcrease right on the money for his first pitch of this at-bat. He gets ahead of Rivera Shaheen. Fastball in the corner to make it strike 1. Kilcrease has survived this inning. Needs 1 more out. 4-pitch walk to open the inning to Luke Marbach. 2 outs, runner on, and the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to second, Waylon LeBlanc. He waits on it on the 3rd short hop, a toss to first, and an inning-ending throw out, a 4-3 put up between LeBlanc and Tarver. And Trevor Kilcrease has 5 shutout innings against the hottest hitting team in the conference and the number 3 hitting team in the country. A great start to our 3-game series between Corpus and Nicholls, and we'll see if this Colonel offense can give a little support to their Friday night starter. Only 1 hit through the first 4 innings for Nicholls. 4 for Corpus, but 3 were in the first 2 innings. A leadoff walk in the 5th, but then a pop-up, a ground out, and another ground out. No hits, no runs, 1 left aboard, no errors, no score between Nicholls and Texas A&M Corpus Christi on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Dustin Nicholls well on his way to his third straight quality start. No score, bottom of the fifth inning between Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Nicholls. Dane Simon, Brady Bell, Chris Sandberg, 6, 7, 8 hitters. They'll stand in the bottom of the fifth. And Dane Simon will take a first pitch fastball that's low and away, ball one. Nicholls will follow it up with another fastball. This one's in the turf. It's low and outside for ball two. 13 and 2/3 innings, 5 runs allowed in his first 2 Southland Conference starts for Nicholls. 4 scoreless innings so far tonight. 2-0 fastball hammered but fouled on the left field line. Simon was able to turn on it. He was looking for extra bases. Nicholls now has the count at 2-1. Dustin went 7 and 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts in the win at Incarnate Word in his first conference start. His 2-1 to Simon. It's bunted up the third baseline. Tough play for Sanchez. He bare hands throws and does not get the out. Simon beats the ball to first for the second hit of the night for Nicholls. It is a specialty to Seth Thibodeau's time in Thibodaux, his 9 years as coach of the Colonels. Expect the unexpected bunt. And it's why every single hitter will finish their round of batting practice. They can swing away for as long as they want, but then you have to pick that bat up, and behind home plate there's a second round awaiting you where you bunt the next 5 pitches. No outs, runner on, and Brady Bell swinging away at the first pitch. He fouls it into a beam behind home plate, 0-1. Dane Simon and Dylan Bell, the only 2 Colonels to reach first base on their first 2 plate appearances. Bell has a couple of walks. Simon was hit by a pitch. Now he's got a single. And Brady Bell has an 0-1 count, but he's ready to bunt. He brings the bat around and bunts it off home plate and foul, 0-2. Deja vu for Brady Bell. Colonels had runners on first and second with no outs in the second. Bell tried to bunt, but he fell behind 0-2. Eventually he had to swing away and he grounded to short. It advanced Tarver and put runners on the corners, but then Sandberg, he ended the inning with a 5-4-3 double play. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And the pitch from Nicholls, cut fastball off the plate for ball 1. Nicholls came back and looked really good at home against ACU, but it was a surprising Friday night loss. Wildcats picked up a 4-1 win. Nicholls needed 103 pitches to go 6 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, but he did walk 4 Wildcats. A 1-2 pitch, low and away for ball 2. Simon tries to steal second. He gets there. Dane Simon, a clutch stolen base, and the Colonels have a runner in scoring position in a scoreless game with no outs in the 5th. Throw was off the mark, but Simon did have a good jump, and now he is tied for the team lead in stolen bases. Ethan Valdez with 6, Dane Simon with 6. Brady Bell, 330 hitter. He's got 13 RBIs. That's tied for second on the team. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch to Bell. It's looped and lofted foul and out of plate on the third baseline. You look back at last season's performance by ACU, and you would be remiss if you thought, boy, losing at home on a Friday night game to Abilene Christian, that's got to hurt. Not this year. Everyone has improved in this conference, and Corpus came back and won that series. The 2-2 pitch, Bell turns on the curve. He flies it into center. Anderson backs up, makes the catch. He'll throw to third. Simon's going to try to beat the ball there. Head first slide, but he's out. Anderson wasted no time leading into that catch and then firing away to third base, and that is a big out, assisted by the Islander center fielder, Nick Anderson. It's been that kind of night for Corpus and Nicholls. Defense has been the name of the game, and if you steal a base like Dane Simon did, that only gets you halfway home, and if you try to advance on a fly ball to center field, good luck. With 2 outs and the base is empty, Chris Sandberg will stand in and he'll take a ball down and away. 8-5 double play between Anderson and the third baseman, Enrique Sanchez Jr. The 1-0 fastball, it's left low and away for ball 2. 3 double plays in the last 4 innings for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And that has been the story for Nicholls tonight. 2-0 pitch, ripped towards right center field. Anderson comes on and he catches it on the fly. Great timing on the second straight play for Anderson, and this was his inning. The Nick Anderson show, a double play and a line drive into his mitt to finish the 5th. Colonels come up with a hit, but the double play was the difference. 1 hit, no runs, nobody left aboard, no errors, and no score through 5 innings. Texas A&M and Corpus Christi, they're 4-2 in the conference. They've won 15 games already. They'll try to get their offense going in the top of the 6th. They have 1 hit in the last 3 innings, but they've got some big bats coming to the plate after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We're back to the top of the order with Texas A&M Corpus Christi. No score between the Colonels and Corpus. It's Itchy Burtz, Enrique Sanchez Jr., and Joey Werner. The big 3 for this Islander program. And they've had a strong night, but it's been tough to bring home runs for both teams. Burtz singled in his first at-bat. He drew a walk in his second plate appearance. Here we are on the 6th, and he'll show bunt, and he slaps it foul. Push bunt. Bell was ready for it at third, but if Burtz kept that fair, good luck throwing him out. He jumped out of that batter's box, and you can see why he's got his average up to 340 on the season, why he's top 8 in 4 different offensive categories in the conference. Still just a junior. The 0-1 fastball gets away from Kilcrease for ball 1. Both pitchers are giving each other a run for their money. Who's had the better night? Hard to say. Both have been elite. And Kilcrease will send his 1-1 pitch down and away for ball 2. The big advantage for Nicholls has been the double play ball. He's only allowed 2 hits, so you'll give him the nod just based on the ability to limit base runners. Kilcrease has been good, but he gives up a single on a 2-1 pitch. It's ripped into right field, and Itchy Burtz has reached on all 3 plate appearances. Now we'll see how Texas A&M Corpus Christi wants to play this in the 6th. They've been trying to steal bases. They've been reluctant to sacrifice bunt players into scoring position. Enrique Sanchez Jr. can do a little bit of everything. He's the top hitter on the team, and that's why there's been a hesitancy and a reluctance to bunt in these situations with guys like Sanchez. It's why Burtz tried to steal in his first trip on the base paths. He was thrown out by Sandberg, and now he stands alone at first base with no outs in a scoreless game. Sanchez shows bunt. He brings the bat back, hacks away, and nubs it foul. It'll roll over to the on-deck circle where the Colonel pitching coach, Zach Butler, picks it up. No balls, 1 strike, no outs in the top of the 6th. Sanchez is 0 for 2. He's got a fly out to center field and a 6-3 double play to end the 3rd inning. Kilcrease buying his time before this next pitch. And Now Sanchez shows bunt. The 0-1 is bunted, but it's foul. And it rolls towards the on-deck circle for Corpus Christi. Joey Werner picks it up and will toss it back into the Colonel dugout. Executing in these middle innings, it has been so tough for both teams, and it's why the double play has been the difference for Corpus. Nicholls has struggled to advance their base runners into scoring position, and it's been next to impossible for Corpus. They've yet to get an Islander to third base. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Sanchez is a .374 hitter. He's got 20 RBIs on the year. He's only struck out 10 times. Trevor Kilcrease will settle in, and he is ready for this 0-2 pitch. He kicks and fires, and it's fouled off down the right field line. No strikeouts tonight for Trevor Kilcrease. And if you're Zach Butler, if you're the pitching coach that works with him game in and game out, you're all smiles right now, because this has been the message since an up-and-down start last Friday against Central Arkansas. Finish each at-bat. Don't worry about how you get through it. The 0-2, it's lined over the glove of Bell at third base. It's a base hit on an 0-2 count to Sanchez. Some stormy waters here in the 6th inning. Corpus has runners on first and second. There's no outs. And Joey Werner, number 3 hitter for the Islanders, a big spot for the DH.
Now batting for Corpus Christi, the designated hitter, number 5, Joey Werner.
Zach Butler feels like Trevor Kilcrease has his release point down. He's consistent on how he finishes pitches, but it can be that full follow-through that has created some volatility this season. The slider has been hit or miss, and as curveballs are known to be, his has been a little unpredictable. He's been rock solid tonight, a shutout through the first 5 innings, but we'll see Seth Thibodeau make his first appearance of the game, the 9th-year manager for the Colonels. He's 240 and 234 in his career as skipper with this squad. A meeting on the mound with no outs in a scoreless game in the 6th inning, and Joey Werner up to the plate. And as we mentioned before the first pitch tonight, Scott Malone, he knows how to stagger his lefties. The number 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 hitters for Corpus are all left-handed hitters. Nicholls was so selective on Wednesday with how they used their lefties, but Paul Maneri was daring Nicholls to be unpredictable with their left-handed relievers. He bunched a bunch of lefties in there at the back of his order, gave the Colonels a lot of opportunities to send in some left-handed arms. And the first of 3 really important games against Corpus Christi, Seth Thibodeau, he just doesn't want to play with fire right now. Trevor Kilcrease, an excellent outing, but his night is done in the 6th. Pitching change for the Colonels. Seth Thibodeau waited a bit, but he made that signal down the left field line. And now the Colonels will hope that their bullpen can replicate their performance on Wednesday night. They were great until late in the game against LSU. A call to the pen with no outs in a scoreless game. Corpus has runners on first and second base. Joey Werner will stand in when we return to Didier Field after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. PrepBaseball.com named Tyler Theriot the top left-handed reliever in the state of Louisiana 2 years ago. It's his freshman year as a Division I pitcher, and he is on the mound with no outs, no score. Runners are on first and second base for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The DH, Joey Werner, he's 1 for 2 today. Both of those at-bats were against Trevor Kilcrease. And now he will have a meet and greet with the Colonel freshman reliever, Tyler Theriot. Lefty on lefty, it's what Theriot is here for. He excelled in this situation on Wednesday, even if his final stat line did reveal some turmoil against the Tigers. Still a great outing in relief in what became a 10-inning, 5-4 loss for Nicholls. Theriot had an unearned run given up on a throw made from the pitching mound to second base. He went a full inning, didn't allow a hit, 1 walk, 1 earned run, 20 pitches. It was the second most pitches in his freshman year with Nicholls. His ERA is 5.4 in 8 1/3 innings. He's allowed 7 hits. He has 7 strikeouts. His first pitch to Werner, it's bunted back up the mound. Theriot tries to backhand. He bobbles, secures, and gets the out. And that was a launch pad throw to first. Tyler Theriot, he will learn as his career matures. Sometimes you can dial it down a little bit. But Theriot leaving nothing to chance, and he gets the out. Runners advance. Now Nicholls has a decision to make with Nick Anderson. They can intentionally walk him and set up the double play. We'll see what Seth Thibodeau elects to do. Burtz is over to third. Enrique Sanchez Jr. is at second. Nick Anderson, he swatted a single into left center field in the 4th inning. And this may have been a one-and-done trip for Tyler Theriot. He came in to get the lefty, and he was able to do just that. Joey Werner, he brought it back to the mound. Theriot threw to first, and that's all that Coach Thibodeau will request from Tyler Theriot tonight. Pitching change with 1 out in the 6th inning. No score between Nicholls and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and the Colonels will use their 3rd pitcher of the inning. We'll give you all the details after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. A big moment for Brandon Andrews, Colonel's top reliever. He arrives in a scoreless game. Corpus has runners on 3rd and 2nd. There's 1 out for the Islanders, and they've got their cleanup man at the plate. Nick Anderson, he grounded out to shortstop in the 1st inning. A single before being thrown out trying to steal second base. That was in the 4th inning. And he'll see another righty. It's the young gun for the Colonels. Sophomore from Mebane, North Carolina. Brandon Andrews wears number 39 for Nicholls. He's 6'2", 180. His sink fastball has never been as important as it is right now. Deciding how he is to approach Anderson. It was a prioritized conversation during that pitching change. You can see that Seth Thibodeau and Zach Butler, the Colonel coach and pitching coach, were trying to decide if they do want to intentionally walk Nick Anderson and load the bases for Mike Williams, or if they'll roll the dice and see if Andrews can keep this ball in the infield or a shallow fly ball to the outfield and prevent Itchy Burtz from scoring. And if it's medium depth into the outfield, I'd be shocked if Burtz wasn't sent home. It's been that kind of night for both teams. Itchy Burtz is the first Islander to reach 3rd base tonight for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Runs have been impossible to come by, and it looks like Brandon Andrews will take on Nick Anderson. No intentional walk. Pitch from Andrews. It's down and away for ball one. Bo Balladue and Brandon Andrews have been the top two relievers this season for Nicholls. They've both been used extensively, but selectively at the same time. They haven't been overused. This is the 11th appearance of the year for Andrews. He's gone 13 innings. He's allowed 3 earned runs. The 1-0 pitch, fly ball to center field, backing up is Simon. Now he approaches, catches. Burtz will tag up. No need to throw home. Burtz will score with ease, and it's 1-0 Corpus Christi. Trevor Kilcrease, he'll be responsible for the run. And you go back to that leadoff single by Itchy Burtz. He has been the one problem player for Trevor Kilcrease and this Colonel team all night. Kilcrease dominated the other 8 hitters for the Islanders, but Itchy Burtz has a couple singles. He's got a walk as well, and now we find ourselves in a 1-0 game. Corpus, they're accustomed to putting up some lopsided numbers, but they will happily take this early lead. The runner on second, Brandon Andrews, turns to a slider. It's fouled off at the first base line, 0-1. Midway mark in tonight's game. Dustin Lacaze is still pitching for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This is the 3rd pitcher of the inning for Nicholls. Tyler Theriot came in for a one-and-done trip against the lefty Joey Werner. Brandon Andrews hoping to ensure that only 1 run is scored in this inning for Corpus. They're up 1-0. Runner in scoring position. The 0-1 pitch ready and offered by Brandon Andrews. Hot shot up the middle. Andrews tried to get his body in his way, but it soars into center for a base hit. It'll produce a run. RBI single for Mike Williams. Sanchez scores. 2-0 Corpus. And that'll do it for Trevor Kilcrease's final line. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs.
Now batting for Corpus Christi, the first baseman, number 2, Luke Marbach.
Luke Marbach has a single and a walk in tonight's game. Another Islander that did a nice job battling against Trevor Kilcrease. But Kilcrease was able to get some ground balls and double plays behind Marbach. Now Corpus is enjoying a lead. There's 2 outs, a runner on. Brandon Andrews sends his slider across the corner for strike 1. Corpus has won 15 of their 24 games with a philosophy that Scott Malone sticks to. Even when your base stealers are getting thrown out at second base, he's not trying to small ball you into submission. They keep swinging. Now a couple runs have arrived in the 6th. The 0-1 from Andrews. Nice pitch on the corner for strike 2. Three hits in the first 2 innings for Corpus, 1 in the next 3, and now 3 in a 2-run 6th inning. Trevor Kilcrease, he has been here before. He's sitting in the dugout shaking his head at these last 3 Friday night starts. Feels like it's a low-scoring 1-run game every time he's on the mound. The 0-2 pitch down and away for ball 1. But it comes with the territory, and if Trevor Kilcrease was up here as our analyst right now, I'm sure he would be saying the same thing. You know what you're getting into as a Friday night guy in the Southland Conference. There are going to be a lot of 1-run games, and there are probably going to be a lot of low-scoring games. But it's got to be tough for Kilcrease to have a 1-run game in 3 straight outings against 3 straight Southland Conference opponents. Runner takes off. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Soft pop up into center. Simon step back. Now he charges and he catches to end the inning. Dane Simon, smart play in center. He was unable to throw out Itchy Burtz when he tagged up to score. But he takes care of the 3rd out and prevents any more runs for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 left aboard, no errors in the top of the 6th. Corpus is on top 2-0. We're back to Didier Field in the bottom of the 6th after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Dustin Nicholls has a lead. It took until the 6th inning for Texas A&M Corpus Christi to score their first runs of the night. They put 2 on the board in the top half of the inning. It's been a 2-hitter through 5 innings for Nicholls. He's back on the bump for the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Corpus. Waylon LeBlanc, he'll lead things off for Nicholls. Number 9 hitter takes a fastball. It runs inside for ball 1. This is the 6th plate appearance of Waylon LeBlanc's career. He had 4 as a freshman. It's his 2nd this season. And he'll take his time and watch another ball miss down and away. It's 2-0. LeBlanc was able to get ahead 2-0 in the 3rd inning before striking out. 2-0 from Nicholls right down the middle. Strike 1. Ethan Valdez is on deck. He'll be followed by Austin France. Nicholls has allowed 5 earned runs in 18 2/3 innings in conference play, and his fastball jumps inside for ball 3 to LeBlanc. Right-handed hitting second baseman, trying to supercharge this 6th inning for Nicholls. Plenty of speed if he can draw this walk. The 3-1, fastball back on the corner for strike 2. Nicholls had walk issues at home against Abilene last weekend, but he hasn't issued a walk in his last 2 road starts, giving up a couple tonight. 3-2 pitch, soft ground ball off the mound, rolls to short. Rivera Shaheen on the run, a late throw, infield single, and the 2nd hit of LeBlanc's career brings the tying run to the plate. 2-0 Corpus, and here comes Ethan Valdez with a runner on and no outs in the 6th. LeBlanc has had a flawless game defensively, and now he has been able to see at least 6 pitches in back-to-back at-bats against Dustin Nicholls. Ethan Valdez, he watches a fastball jump up and in for ball 1. Colonel shortstop lined out to center field in the 1st. Ground out to his counterpart at shortstop in the 3rd. Nicholls will fall behind 1-0. Big lead at first base for Waylon LeBlanc. Nicholls' 1-0 fastball. It's hit towards left field. Williams is in perfect position, and he steps back for the out. 1 out on a fly ball to left, and Valdez will head back to the dugout empty-handed. Austin France has hit cleanup in 5th this season. His ability to see a lot of pitches and generate a lot of runs has forced a rearrangement in this batting order. He's now hitting 2nd. Struck out in the 1st, a ground out to second base in the 3rd. He's the tying run with 1 out in the 6th. Pitch from Nicholls, it's bunted foul into the netting, 0-1. We're approaching the 1-year anniversary of Austin France's arrival into Thibodaux. His first trip to South Louisiana a year ago in April. He's been on the radar, or was on the radar of this Colonel coaching staff for a while, but it took him until April 2018 to get him to pay a visit here. He'll foul off another 0-1 pitch. How do you get to this Islander bullpen? It was the question coming in, and now of a prominent thought process. Nicholls facing a 2-0 deficit, bottom of the 6th, 1 out, runner on, and an 0-2 count. Lucas sets and pitches, and he gets a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in the turf. Strikeout on 3 pitches to Austin France. Second strikeout for Austin France. Third strikeout of the day for Lucas. 2 away for Dylan Bell. And Dustin Lucas can look over at that bullpen down the right field line. He can look over at Scott Malone in the dugout, and a reassuring nod to your bullpen coach and to your manager. I've got this, only 77 pitches. Dylan Bell, he'll sit back and take a first pitch ball, and that's the 3rd straight at bat for Bell that has opened with the ball. Previous 2 plate appearances, they ended with Bell on first base. 0 for 0, 2 walks. Dylan Bell mashed a ball into right field for a home run on Wednesday. He's trying to tie it up tonight. The 1-0 pitch, low and in for ball 2. It took Dylan until his 20th game of the year to hit his first home run. He had 4 big home runs down the stretch last season. And Texas A&M Corpus Christi understands what he is capable of. Time is called, and Dustin Lucas can have a quick conversation with his catcher. 2-0 lead, 2-0 count, 2 outs in the 6th. And no activity in that Islander bullpen. He pitched into the 8th inning in his first Southland Conference start of the year. Came back and went 6 innings at home last week. 14 2/3 innings of work on the road this year. 2 runs allowed for Lucas. His 2-0 pitch, it's outside for ball 3, and it doesn't matter what the situation has been for Bell. He has only seen balls from Lucas. But if there was ever a time to green light number 14, this would be it. The Colonel designated hitter has a runner on first. Colonels are down 2. It's a 3-0 count, and the pitch to Bell leads to a swing and a miss. Taking a little off that fastball and running the pitch down and in. Dustin Lucas was not going to cave in this situation. Colonels cut down that wall in right field last year. They added a berm that brings in some fans that want to drag their cooler to the ballpark, but it is a left-handed friendly park. Bell, 3-1 pitch, and he'll foul this one into the netting. Counts full. Coach Tibb had players like Dylan Bell in mind when they made the decision to saw off about 4.5 feet of the wall in right field to drop it down to 4 feet. It's led to some fun plays for right fielders. And really, it's been taken over by the kids of this community. If the college kids still want to go and bring out their sofas and coolers, great, but it's just become a big jungle gym for the 8 to 12-year-olds. Full count pitch to Bell. He'll take it on the knees for a called 3rd strike, and it's been that kind of night for Dustin Lucas. The shutout through 6, only 3 hits allowed. He fell behind 3-0 to the Colonel 3-hitter. 3 straight strikes and a strikeout of Dylan Bell. That's back-to-back strikeouts to end the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left aboard, no errors, and a 2-0 Corpus lead after 6 innings of play on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Tomorrow night for game 2, as the Colonels take on the Islanders of Corpus Christi, right here at Ben Meyer Diamond at Ray 88 Field. First pitch is scheduled for 6 p.m.
Seventh inning from Didier Field. Corpus enjoying a 2-0 lead. It took them until the sixth inning to score their first 2 runs of the game. They've seen 3 Colonel pitchers, and number 4 is on board for the 7th. It's Zach Otan, left-handed reliever. Went to Archbishop High, put together a short stint as a reliever his first couple years here. He's now established a strong role as a veteran, and these are his moments. Leadoff innings against lefties. Be aggressive, attack the strike zone, and hope to make it through an entire inning of work. He's got a lefty to lead things off. We'll see how the Colonels play it after Thomas Jeffries. Zach Otan firing in a fastball. It's on the corner for strike 1. Otan is 0-1 on the year, 4.66 ERA in 9 2/3 innings. His 0-1 pitch popped up. It's into right center. Has a little distance to it, but plenty of room for Paz. Now he retreats and runs for it. Paz has to dive to come up with the catch. Oh, a roller coaster event for Paz in right, but he takes care of it. 1 away. Sometimes you have to add your own drama. Regular pop fly to right. Let's see if we can spice it up. One thing about the wind at Didier Field, it will always blow in right to left. You get that Gulf Coast wind. Have fun out there, center fielder and right fielder. 1 down, 2-0 Corpus lead. We're in the 7th inning, and Otan will send in a strike to Trevor Beard. Corpus catcher is 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs to short. The 0-1 from Otan, it dips down and away for ball 1. Trevor Kilcrease put together a shutout through the first 5 innings, but back-to-back hits led off the 6th, and that did it for him. 1-1 from Otan. It dives down and in for ball 2. And this is the patience of the Islander program that has led to such a great start to this season. All 9 innings. You better come to play each and every pitch and at bat if you're on the mound against this team. 2-1 pitch, down and in, ball 3. Corpus hit a pretty rocky road midway through their 2018 season, and it looked like they were just going to capsize, but they came back, finished strong. And now they are keeping the momentum from a strong start to 2019. It's continuing into conference, and a 3-1 fastball is left low and away to Beard, ball 4. Trevor Beard is on with 1 out in the 7th. Steven Rivera Shaheen, the shortstop, he'll try to avoid another ground ball sent towards second. 0 for 2, both ground balls covered by Waylon LeBlanc. Corpus fought to a 14-16 finish in the conference last year. They were a part of an extensive tie for 8th place. With 1 out, Rivera Shaheen will check his swing, and he'll take ball 1. If you need a refresher course of how that tiebreaker played out to end the 2018 season, make sure you don't have that conversation in front of Corpus fans. They have blacked it out. They don't even know what we're talking about. They've moved on. A 1-0 pitch, down and away, off the glove of Sandberg, pass ball. Beard advanced to second. Now, the only reason we're bringing up 2018 for the Islander fans that are tuning into this broadcast, we've been there. We know what you're going through. Nicholls was a part of a tiebreaker in basketball and baseball where the scenario was not properly explained going into the games, and you came out of a sweep, you came out of a win, thinking that you had won a tiebreaker, and then you find out later, actually, you did not. Your season is over. Time is called. Zach Butler is on the mound. He's meeting with his catcher and pitcher. Corpus has a 2-0 lead, and they've got Trevor Beard at second base, and Steven Rivera Shaheen has a 2-0 count to work with. Corpus had such a strong finish to last season. They won their final 6 games. They swept Incarnate Word and Abilene to finish the year. They won in Abilene 10-3 on the last Saturday of the season and thought they were in. They announced it on their social media pages that they were in the Southland Conference Baseball Tournament. The 2-0 pitch from Otan. It's left down and away for ball 3. Now, we're not trying to pour salt in any wounds here, but it's just something that survivors can succeed in talking about in the open. And Nicholls had to do this back-to-back years in basketball and baseball where they thought they were in and found out at midnight they weren't. 3-0 fastball on the heart of the plate for strike 1. And if you're sitting here wondering, how does that even happen? 4- and 5-team tiebreakers can get pretty complicated. A lot of math, and none of us got into sports to do math. 3-1 pitch, roped into right, base hit for Rivera Shaheen, covering quickly his paws. He'll prevent a run from scoring, but the Islanders have runners on the corners for Itchy Burtz, and there's only 1 out in the 7th. Steven Rivera Shaheen, great piece of hitting. Got ahead 2-0. He waited out the conversation between Zach Butler and Zach Otan, pitching coach and pitcher. They had their meeting on the mound. Otan was able to get a strike in there. But Steven Rivera Shaheen, patient swing. And he's able to drive it into right for the 8th hit of the game for Corpus, but more importantly, they have 5 in the last inning and a third. And now Itchy Burtz gets to stand in an RBI situation. He has been such a great table setter tonight. Has reached in all 3 plate appearances. He led off the first with a single. Drew a walk as the second hitter in the third. He led off the 6th with a single and scored the first run of the game. He'll show bunt, and he sends it up the mound. It's off the glove of Otan. A run will score, and Burtz is safe. What a way to get an RBI single. 3-0 Corpus Christi. Burtz is having a brilliant year, and when you can bring in runs with a drag bunt and get the hit and RBI, we have reached the house money portion of the season for Itchy Burtz. Anything that he decides to do is working. Now he's on first base. Rivera's on second. And Enrique Sanchez will take a pitch down and away for ball 1. And this is a scary situation for any pitching staff and defense that finds themselves behind 3 runs against an offense that has exploded for big innings time and time again this year. The 1-0 fastball, it's left low and away for ball 2. And that's the carryover from last season. You can say that last year is last year, but we felt it with Nicholls that even though they've replaced 7 of their 9 position players and their Friday and Saturday night starter, there was some strong momentum from May that's carried over into this year. Now a 2-0 pitch. It's looped down the right field line by Sanchez. It's heading foul, and it'll land in the bullpen area. Strike 1. Nicholls was able to get off to a great start this year, but then they encountered some heavy hitters in non-conference play. Close loss to Tulane, close loss to UL, 3-3 start in conference play. But Nicholls has lost 10 of their last 15 games. They were able to win 6 of their first 7 to start the season after winning 5 of their final 6 last year. Otan will step off the rubber, give a look back to second. Rivera Shaheen heads back to the bag, and we'll get ready to reset this pitch to Enrique Sanchez Jr. He scored the 2nd run of the game after singling in the 6th inning. The hardest part about these tiebreakers, the hottest team doesn't always get in. 2-1 pitch, it's left low and away for ball 3, and Otan is in a world of trouble. He's got a lefty on deck in Joey Werner. Coach Tibb would like to keep Otan in to take on the DH, but he's got to get through Enrique Sanchez Jr. Sanchez will twist the bat around a few times in his left hand. The righty steps in and swings at the 3-1. He bounces it to third on one hop. Bell Fields throws to second, and it's turned for a double play. Waylon LeBlanc, he completes the 5-4-3 DP. Otan gets out of a jam. He does allow a run, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Couple hits, 1 run, 2 left aboard. No errors for the Colonels in what has been a flawless defensive game for both teams. We've got a 3-0 lead for Corpus, and the Colonel offense back in business in the bottom of the 7th. Big opportunity to try to get back in this game with the Islanders leading at 3-0 on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Everybody, please stand up now. Get your stretch in. Okay, you can stand up now. And join along with the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Fans, if you stand your feet and you want a free t-shirt from the Hooters of Homa, get ready, because here they come.
Alec Paz has base hits in 10 of the last 11 games for Nicholls. He will stand in to start the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-0 Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And Paz will waste no time swinging and fouling off the first pitch. Dustin Lacaz, he wants a complete game shutout. And his pitch count will suit his skill set unless the Colonels can dig deep and cause some problems here in the 7th. The 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and a cut fastball down and away. Lacaz is up to 84 pitches in 6+ innings, and his Islanders have scored all 3 runs in the last 2 frames. The 0-2, strike 3, a swing and a miss on a fastball down and away, and a 3-pitch strikeout to start the 7th inning. And if you're the Colonels, you have to be wondering where this power pitcher came from. The beauty of baseball. You alter your approach based on the scene and scenario. Lacaz had a couple strikeouts through the first 5 innings. Now he has 3 in a row. With 1 out, pitch to Tarver. It's ripped into left, and that's a 1-out single by Adam Tarver. Keep swinging. 4th hit of the game for Nicholls. Tarver has 2 of the 4 base hits for Nicholls. Dane Simon has reached in both plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, and he had a brisk bunt to get aboard to lead off the 5th. Caught everybody off guard, but it was well placed and timed, and now he can create a little chaos here with 1 out in the 7th. Lacaz goes back to his fastball, and he places it perfectly on the corner, strike 1. 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for Lacaz. A lot of ground ball outs early in the game. 6 ground outs for the righty. The 0-1 to Simon. Tail fastball, and it's left off the plate. Ball 1. Dane Simon batting 6th tonight. He's led off 8 games this season. And you feel like he could be a pretty strong number 2 hitter by the time his career is over. Plus athlete in a lot of ways. The 1-1 pitch. Slider on the corner, strike 2. Plus defender. Plus bunter. Plus extra base skills. And that's where the wins above replacement stat emerged from. In an analytical era, how do we really chart what a player brings to the table? Dane Simon meets a lot of those quotas. Time is called. Simon steps out, And he'll reevaluate with a 1-2 count, 1 out in the 7th, and a 3-0 lead for Corpus. He's hitting just under 300 on the year. He's got a couple doubles, a couple triples, 2 home runs, and 13 RBIs, and he can run. He's tied for the team lead in stolen bases. The 1-2 to Simon. He loops this one into shallow left center. It's a base hit. Runners are on first and second with 1 out, and Nicholls has the tying run to the plate. Dane Simon, back-to-back singles. He's reached in all 3 plate appearances. You've got Tarver at second. You've got Dane Simon at first, and Brady Bell trying to shake off some cobwebs from a couple frustrating plate appearances earlier today. Brady has been asked to bunt in both previous at-bats. They haven't worked out. Double play on a fly ball and a 2-strike count to finish the 5th inning. His 3rd plate appearance will start with a swinging strike. It's a fastball up and away. And this has been the name of the game for Nicholls in the last 2 innings. Give them everything that they can handle. Just all fastballs. And then he'll show the curve or slider if he gets ahead. Bell was ready for it. Nicholls was attacking fastballs all night on Wednesday against LSU. They had 3 first-pitch home runs. Bell, with the Colonels down 3, he swings at the 0-1, laces it into right center. It bounces over the glove of Burtz at second. Colonels will try to score their first run. Jeffries throws from right field to second base. No play at home. Tarver scores standing up, and the Colonels have runners on the corners with their first run plated. It's an RBI single by Brady Bell. 3-1, Corpus Christi. Entering the inning, Nicholls had 3 hits all night. They've got 3 straight hits in the 7th inning. And now Corpus, big decision to make with the tying run at first base. The go-ahead run is up to the plate. And Chris Sandberg has been a 300 hitter all season. Scott Malone has spent 12 years building this Corpus Christi program. Time is called as the Corpus coaching staff prepares for either a move in the middle of this inning or an ensuing move when the Colonels have a few lefties up in their lineup. They'll let it ride for Nicholls. He's gone 6 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 1 run so far. Adam Tarver just scored the first run of the game. And now Chris Sandberg will try to bring home a couple more Colonels. He's a .330 hitter. 13 RBIs, are now 3rd on the team. Brady Bell just picked up his 14th. He's now 2nd behind Austin France. A 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Sandberg in the 2nd inning. A line out to center field in the 5th. Dustin Nicholls, he starts the at-bat with a fastball, but he leaves it low and off the plate. Ball 1. The wind hasn't been a factor in tonight's game. It's still blowing in from center field at 5 miles per hour. Sun set about 35 minutes ago. Clear, dark night. The lights on in left center and right center field. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss at a changeup down and away, and the count evens up at 1-1. Dustin Nicholls spent last season as the number 2 starter for Corpus, and he watched a 3rd-round Major League Baseball selection in Aaron Hernandez dice up hitters all year. And learning how to pitch through jams, that's the specialty of the season so far for Nicholls. 1-1 pitch, and it's nubbed foul. It'll roll up the first baseline and head towards the Corpus dugout. 2 strikes for Sandberg. Truly one of the more volatile seasons that we had in the Southland Conference during that 2018 season for Corpus Christi. But those lessons learned at the end of what was a ferocious finish in a season that unfairly ended without a conference tournament trip. Corpus might have been pegged as the favorite if they were able to make their way to Sugarland. 1-2 pitch, it's outside for ball 2. Last year it was Nicholls finding a way to sweep Central Arkansas in that last week of the year. They were able to win the tiebreaker. They get to the number 7 seed, and then the Colonels end Southeastern and McNeese's season. Number 2 seed Southeastern, they lose 7-6 on a walk-off to the Colonels. Corpus has a 3-1 lead tonight. Runners on the Colonels. 2-2 pitch, and it hits Sandberg in his left shoulder. Bases are loaded. Sandberg gets hit by a pitch, and a base hit will tie things up. Dustin Lacaz is surrounded. Dane Simon is at third base. Brady Bell is at second base. Chris Sandberg, he's now at first. Waylon LeBlanc woke up today and found out that he would be making his 2019 debut. He came up with a base hit in the 6th inning. He's been involved in a real nice double play and a throw out on a would-be base stealer. He's played his position well. Came up with a base hit in his last at bat. He can tie things up or give the Colonels the lead with a big hit in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 3-1 game. Corpus scored 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Nicholls just plated their first run of the game. And Seth Thibodeau will let it ride with LeBlanc. Sophomore from 35 minutes away from Thibodeau. But before LeBlanc can step in, we may have a pitching change. Time is called, and Dustin Lacaz will try and talk his way into one more hitter, but he had this opportunity a couple at bats ago when the first meeting on the mound occurred. He was able to stay in, but Brady Bell came up with an RBI single, and Chris Sandberg just got hit by a pitch. 4 straight Colonels have reached after Alec Paz opened the inning, striking out. Crazy how quickly things can change. Lacaz struck out the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Colonels, but the next 4 have all reached, and that will force a pitching change for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It took until the 7th inning, but things are getting real interesting here in Colonel Country. 3-1 lead for Corpus. Bases are loaded. There's 1 out. Pitching change for the Islanders on ESPN Radio New Orleans. David Worrell is a senior from Helotes, Texas. And it is his job to keep Corpus Christi in front of the Colonels. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th, 3-1 lead for the Islanders. Worrell is a 6'2", 225-pounder. He's had some injury issues in his career with Corpus, but his role has been elevated in this 2019 season. He's pitched in some big games for the Islanders. His ERA has jumped in his last 2 appearances. He gave up a run to Abilene 5 days ago during that doubleheader on Sunday afternoon. Pitched on Wednesday against Houston Victoria. A couple walks, gave up a run. And walks have been the issue. He gave up 4 in his first appearance against UT Arlington. He's allowed 10 in 13 innings. His ERA is at 4.85 on the season. Coach Tibb is going to make his own move with Worrell coming into the game. Waylon LeBlanc will not get a chance to hit with the bases loaded. It's up to Champ Davison. He'll pinch hit. And the first pitch to Davison popped up into shallow center field. Charging is Anderson. He'll give way to the shortstop, and it's Rivera Shaheen who holds on to it. 2 outs. Nicholls was able to win that war with first pitch fastballs on Wednesday, even though they lost the game in extra innings to LSU. They were all over early fastballs, and it's why Tarver hit a couple home runs, and Dylan Bell also hit one. Champ Davison was hoping that Worrell would try to ease into this at-bat. His first pitch of the game promptly popped up, and now there's 2 outs. Simon is on third, Bell is on second, Sandberg is at first base, and Ethan Valdez will take a pitch low and in the turf for ball 1. You live for these moments if you're a senior. 4-year starter, without doubt, the most vocal voice that you hear with the Colonels in 2019 is Ethan Valdez. He'll pop up and loft the 1-0 pitch out of play behind home plate, 1-1. The all-white home uniforms with the red pinstripes, red knee-high socks, the red and white cleats, red batting helmet for Valdez. He is this year's recipient of the Darrell Hamilton Senior Award. He wears number 11 for that reason for the Colonels. Valdez looking for a huge hit to either tie this thing up or maybe give the Colonels a lead. Corpus is still up by 2 runs, but the bases are loaded in the 7th. 1-1 count, 2 away. Worrell versus Valdez. And the pitch is on the way and knocked foul behind home plate. Ethan is 0 for 3 tonight. He had a line out to center field in the first inning, a ground out to short in the third, a line out to left field in the 6th. He remains one of the top threats to get on base for the Colonels. And this is when you want to see Worrell prove it that he's got a payoff pitch. Valdez draws a lot of walks. He knows how to get hit by pitches. But Worrell is ahead in the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Valdez knocks it into shallow center. Anderson approaches. He gives way and now retreats and loses it off his glove. It'll bring home at least 2 runs. Nicholls has tied it up, and they've got runners on the corners with 2 outs in the 7th. Confusion at second, right field, and center field for the Islanders. And a costly time for the first mistake of the night for Corpus Christi. Simon scores, Bell scores. Sandberg was running hard, but he was unable to come home. Sandberg's at third, Valdez is at first. It is ruled as an error. Colonels looking to coast and get one more big hit for Austin, France. It's a 3-3 game, 2 away in the 7th, and the shrimp boot is being criticized by our umpiring crew. We've got a lot of traditions in South Louisiana, and there is a level of love between the boot, and that shrimp boot gets thrown out on the field if you're going to make an error, and most umpire crews don't have an issue with it, but security being sent down the right field line to the Cajun cooking crew in a conversation that will not go over well. We've got a few coaches down there for fall sports, and I'm sure they don't want to hear this either. Momentum being swung back on the side of the Colonels. It's now 3-3, but we will have a pause in the action as Nicholls security tries to figure out how to deal with the boot. It is a game based on traditions, and if you're going to commit errors at Didier Field, rest assured you will hear about it. Now, unfortunately, this is dragging on a little too long, and Nicholls has scored 3 runs. They've tied the game up. They've got the go-ahead run at third base, and we will actually have to pause as a fishing boot is removed from the right field stands. If you come to the swamps, you better be prepared. And Nick Anderson was not on that short fly ball into right center field. He lost it off the glove. Colonel fans let him hear it. And we will eventually play on with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. This is a stern umpiring crew. Jeff Minton, Andrew Chestnut, Tracy Cheek, lighten up. Have a little fun in life. What are we doing? It's a 4-minute break as the boot has been removed from the Cajun Cooking Club. You know, normally the umpires get a post-game meal from the Cooking Club. Not tonight. There's a McDonald's down the road, guys. It's open till 10 p.m. And now Scott Malone and company, they will call for time, and we may have one more move for Corpus. Time is called again, and a pitching change will remove Worrell from the equation. Frustrating stint for the A&M Corpus Christi reliever. He did his job. He came in. He was able to get a pop fly into short right field, but it was lost off the glove of Anderson. It allowed a couple runs to come home. The 3-0 lead long gone for A&M Corpus Christi. We're now tied up at 3, 2 outs, runners on the corners. David Worrell, he will head to the dugout. His night is done. Third pitch of the inning has arrived for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And what a moment to arrive in for John Gaddis. He's a lefty from Corpus, born and bred in Southeast Texas, and he'll step into the game with runners on third and first, 2 outs. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Now pitching for the Islanders, number 6, John Gaddis.
We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. John Gaddis is a 5'10", 193-pound lefty. Sophomore from Corpus Christi, has been in for matchups like this. Close game, take on some lefties. One and done trip has normally been the name of the game for number 6 this season. Austin France, left-handed hitting left fielder for the Colonels. He's 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts, also grounded out to second base. Gaddis has been dominant against lefties this season, and this is why Coach Malone has decided to turn to his sophomore in this situation. Left-handed hitters are batting under 200 against Gaddis on the year. Gaddis has a 2.08 ERA in 13 innings. He's got 14 strikeouts. He's issued 9 walks, but most of those were against UMass 9 days ago. Against Austin Francis, first pitch is off his leg. It's back to the mound. Gaddis recovers, throws to first, and gets the out. And Corpus will keep this game tied. Nicholls scores 3 in the inning on 3 hits and 1 crucial error. But on 1 pitch, John Gaddis takes care of the comebacker. He shielded the ball off of his leg. And a great job by the sophomore to stay savvy, keep his composure, make the throw to first, and finish the inning. We have started anew in Thibodaux. We're evened up at 3, and now we'll see which team's pen can stand the strongest and give their team a chance to win it. Corpus scored 2 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th. Nicholls gets 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 big error in the 7th. A couple Colonels were stranded as John Gaddis came in and took care of Austin France. 0 for 4 day for France. Colonels will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters to the plate in the 8th, but they've got to get through the top of the 8th first. We're back to Thibodaux for the top of the 8th after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We're tied at 3. It's the top of the 8th inning from Didier Field, and Joey Werner will take a first pitch ball up and in. 3-4-5 hitters for Corpus. Werner is 1 for 3. He singled in the first inning. Ground out to third and a ground out back to the mound in his last trip. DH for Corpus will swing and miss at a tail fastball that cut down and away, and Zach Otan off to a solid start in the 8th. He's got some new assistants in the infield. Waylon LeBlanc was pinch hit for. He's over in the dugout, and now Will Etheridge is in at second base. The 1-1 pitch, knee high on the inner half for strike 2. Otan ahead in the count 1-2. LeBlanc had 5 assists, was involved in a double play, 3 putouts in tonight's game. Big shoes to fill for Etheridge over at second base. The 1-2 fastball gets away from Otan, and the count's evened up at 2-2. Took the Corpus offense 6 innings to get going, and that 3-0 lead felt a lot larger with the way Dustin Lacaz was pitching. The 2-2, it's left down and away, full count. But this has been a scrappy and strong Colonel team. They can get on base and then bring you home with a big hit, but it was an error that brought home the second and third runs of the game and have allowed Nicholls to tie it up. The 3-2 pitch from Otan, down and in, ball 4. Leadoff walks. The mortal enemy of all pitchers. It's happened a couple times tonight, and in the previous innings when the leadoff man was able to reach, it didn't hurt the Colonels. 8th inning, strategy changes, and we'll see what Scott Malone decides to do with Werner on first base. You knew Coach Tibb was hoping for a 1-at-bat, 1-out performance from Otan. Lefty on lefty leads to a walk, and now Otan has to look over to the dugout, waiting for some reassurances from his coaching staff that he'll stay in or he'll leave the game. And Seth Thibodeau will make a move. He's got the cleanup hitter waiting in the wings. Nick Anderson produced an RBI and a sac fly in the 6th. He had a hit in the 4th inning. And the cleanup man for the number 3 hitting team in the country will see a new pitcher. Zach Otan exits. He was able to compete to finish the 7th inning, had runners on the corners in a 3-0 game, and was able to get a big 5-4-3 double play from Enrique Sanchez Jr. But the 8th inning opens with a walk, and now Nick Anderson has a runner on first in a 3-3 game with no outs. New pitcher arriving for Nicholls. We're tied at 3 on ESPN Radio New Orleans. We're tied at 3 in the 8th inning at Ray E. Didier Field. Pitching change for the Colonels. Zach Otan issued a full count walk to Joey Werner. Now Seth Thibodeau will turn to Colin Kramer. He is a first-year Colonel by way of Lake Charles. Love of the game. It'll take you all over the country, all over the world. And for Colin Kramer, he didn't have that D1 look coming out of high school. So it was off to Moline, Illinois in the Arrowhead Conference. He was at some of the best Midwest JC baseball that you can find in southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Blackhawk Community College to Nicholls State University. And now a tie game, 8th inning, game 1 of our 3-game series against A&M Corpus Christi. Kramer has been really good in spot situations, but this is by far the biggest moment of his young Colonel career. Tie game, runner on, no outs, and the cleanup hitter for Texas A&M Corpus Christi is up to the plate. 7th appearance of the year for Kramer. He's allowed 2 earned runs in 8 1/3 innings. Righty on righty, and his fastball zips across the corner for strike 1. It's been a minute since we last saw Colin pitch. Didn't see him in Baton Rouge on Wednesday. He didn't pitch last weekend in Conway against Central Arkansas. Made 1 appearance against New Orleans and allowed a run in an inning and a third of work. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. From the stretch, Kramer goes to a breaking ball and he gets a pop-up into right center field. Long run for pause, but he settles underneath it, and the Colonel right fielder has the first out of the 8th. It has to be the most frustrating element of tonight's game for Corpus Christi. They've been able to get their leadoff hitter on. They've been able to get a guy on first base with less than 2 outs, but advancing them into scoring position has been next to impossible. It happened in the 6th inning, but they had 3 hits in the 6th. Leadoff runner has reached in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3 runs for Corpus tonight. Mike Williams, an RBI single in the 6th inning. Tie game in the 8th, runner on, 1 out. The pitch from Kramer, fastball nails the corner for strike 1. And Williams can be frustrated and give that look to the ump. But Colin Kramer has watched Dustin Lacaz and Trevor Kilcrease get that corner call as right-handed pitchers all night. He's just following their lead. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The 0-1 slapped foul, 0-2. Corpus is a tough team to strike out. It's been the big issue in these 2-strike situations for Nicholls. Kilcrease didn't have a strikeout. Otan, Therio, everybody that's followed suit, nobody has been able to strike out a Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islander. The 0-2 pitch hit towards right field, and this will push Paz back to the track. He's got room, and he makes the catch. 2 outs on an 0-2 pitch. Colin Kramer gets a pop-up to right field and now a line out to right field, 2 away for Luke Marbach. Therio, Otan, Andrews, Kilcrease, and now Kramer. Those have been your pitchers for the Colonels tonight. They continue to battle against a big league hitting team. We said it going into Wednesday's game against LSU. Tigers had scored 41 runs in their previous 3 Wednesday games. 15-1 at home coming in to their midweek matchup against Nicholls. And even though they won it in 10 innings, it was a stress test all night on their offense. Marbach is 1 for 2 today. He sees a fastball and he'll let it cross for strike 1. Single in the 2nd, walk in the 5th, fly out to Dane Simon in center field in the 6th. Colonels were down 3-0. Now they've tied it up. They gave up a leadoff walk to open the 8th. Colin Kramer, a couple harmless flyouts from the number 4 and 5 hitters from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Marbach chops it foul, and it rolls towards the Colonel dugout. Another 0-2 count, courtesy of Kramer. He was able to get ahead of Mike Williams, 0-2. Now it's 0-2 to Luke Marbach. Strikeouts have been unnecessary for Nicholls tonight, but Kramer sure would love to get one right here. 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits allowed by Nicholls, 3 earned runs, no strikeouts. A couple big double plays earlier in the game. And here's Colin Kramer. His 0-2 pitch, it's outside for ball 1. Gilcrease went 5 innings. He allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. Therio came in for an out. Andrews got a couple outs. 0-10, pitched a full inning. Kramer has been rock solid against 2 of the Islanders' best hitters. First year as a D1 pitcher, and you come in a big critical conference game and you take care of the 4 and 5 hitters. 1-2 pitch leads to a strikeout. It's in the turf. Sandberg, he'll finish it with a throw to first, and that ends the 8th inning. First strikeout of the night is a memorable one for Colin Kramer, Nick Anderson, Mike Williams, Luke Marbach. All 3 didn't stand a chance against Colin Kramer, and after a leadoff walk was issued to open the 8th inning, Kramer comes in, he shuts the door on the Islanders, and he keeps this game tied up at 3. Nicholls will look to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th after this break on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Over 700 items, including official Nicholls apparel for brands like Adidas. Check out t-shirts, polos, sweatshirts, hats, and jerseys, which you can personalize. We've got plenty of novelty items available as well. Visit the Nicholls Athletics online store at nicholsgear.com.
Another fun Friday night at the Did. 3-3. Corpus and the Colonels were tied up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nicholls will send their number 3, 4, and 5 hitters to the plate. John Gaddis will stick around to face at least one of these Colonels. Austin France is a lefty. That's when Gaddis entered the game. He was able to get France to ground out in the 7th. Against Dylan Bell, he'll open the 8th with a fastball down and in for ball 1. Dylan Bell, 4 plate appearances, and he has seen a ball on the first pitch of each at bat. And another one will follow. A 1-0 fastball down and in for ball 2. 2 walks in his first 2 plate appearances, a strikeout to end the 6th. First time Dylan Bell has not seen Dustin Lacaz tonight. He'll swing and tap the 2-0 pitch foul at the first base line, 2-1. Outside of the Southeastern and ACU game, this has been a close, competitive night in the Southland Conference. The 2-1 pitch, hammer down the right field line. It's fair, base hit for Bell. He'll turn at first, head towards second. It's picked up deep in the right field corner by Jeffries. No chance to take care of Bell at second. A leadoff double by Dylan Bell, and the Colonels have the go-ahead run in scoring position in the 8th inning. Dylan Bell is now tied for the team lead in doubles. That's his 6th of the season. Seth Thibodeau made the decision to pinch run for Bell in Wednesday's game against LSU when it was late in a tie game. With no outs and Bell on second base, it looks like Coach Tibb will keep Dylan in the game. Have confidence that Alec Paz or Adam Tarver can bring him home, and you don't need to remove his bat from the equation just in case you need it a little later on. Gaddis came in to face a couple lefties. He was able to take care of Austin France to end the 7th inning, but the 8th inning opens with a leadoff double by Dylan Bell. It's the first extra base hit of the game for the Colonels, and it will lead to a pitching change for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Gaddis exits. Alex Paz will prepare for a new pitcher. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitching change for the Islanders on ESPN Radio New Orleans. Zach Rumfield is a 5'11", 175-pound sophomore from Corpus. The Islanders will turn to their right-handed reliever in a tie game with no outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dylan Bell, he led off the inning with a double. John Gaddis was pulled in favor of Zach Rumfield. And Rumfield has been a good luck charm for Corpus in these situations all season. He is 3-0 with a 4.11 ERA. But offensive explosions have followed his arrival into games, and all 3 of those wins. Colonels hoping to score a few runs of their own. First pitch is bunted back to the mound by Paz. The throw goes to third, but it's airmailed, and Nicholls will take the lead. A critical error by Rumfield. Bell scores. Paz advances to second. 4-3 Nicholls. Their first lead of the night arrives after an error in the 8th inning. Put pressure on the pitcher. It's been the story of the week. Wednesday in Baton Rouge, some of the most critical plays of the game went against Nicholls because of an inability to field the pitching mound. But tonight, different story. Tyler Theriot made a really nice play on a ground ball back to the mound. We've seen a couple instances where Christi and Theriot had to field their position for Nicholls, and now Corpus is unable to do the same. Colonels have the lead, and they'll look for more with Adam Tarver. He shows bunt and rolls it perfectly up the third baseline. A deep backhand by Sanchez. He throws to first, gets the out, but Tarver has the sacrifice set up, and Alec Paz is over to third base. 4 unanswered runs for the Colonels. They're on top 4-3. What a 7th and 8th inning. You knew it was going to be a 1-run game since Trevor Christi was pitching. 3 straight 1-run outcomes following Christi's starts. They've all been against conference opponents. It started in a non-league game against McNeese and Lake Charles. 1-run loss in the last 2 outings against UNO and UCA. Now Nicholls is up a run. And Dane Simon will stand in and take a fastball in the corner from Zach Rumfield. Righties are hitting just 154 off Rumfield on the season. Fastball is 87-91. His slider is at 78-82. A changeup at 77-80. The 0-1 to Simon. Slider on the corner. Strike 2. That's a big insurance run standing at third base. Colonels took a 4-3 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning against LSU on Wednesday. They ended up losing 5-4 in 10 innings. Infield is in for Corpus, and time is called by Dane Simon. Colonels are looking for their first Friday night win in Southland Conference play. They're 3-1 on Saturdays, but a couple close Friday night losses. That's been the result of the first 2 series. The 0-2 to Simon, low and away, ball 1. Some pressure-packed pitching for the Corpus Christi bullpen. And they thought they might have the night off with the way Dustin Lacaz opened this game. Scoreless through the first 6+ innings. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third. And the ball is laced to left. Great job knocking it down and catching the ball by Sanchez. Incredible job at third base. Enrique Sanchez Jr. robbing a run and a hit. Big time play by an elite third baseman by the Islanders. Brady Bell, he'll try to bring home 1 more run for the Colonels. It's 4-3 Nicholls. There's 2 outs, but with a lefty coming to the plate, we may have 1 more move left in store for Corpus Christi. On a night in which both teams' starters were dominant through either 5 or 6 innings, we're making up for lost time. Colonels have used a total of 5 pitchers. Texas A&M Corpus Christi is now on to their 5th. Lacaz went 6 1/3 innings. Worrell came in for an out. Gaddis came in for an out. Rumfield gets 2 outs. And now Texas A&M Corpus Christi will send A.G. Alaya into the game. Another sophomore from Corpus. He's a lefty. And and he will get to face off against Brady Bell. Nicholls has taken the lead on 2 big errors by Corpus. Colonels lead at 4-3. Another pitching change in Thibodaux. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Now pitching for the Islanders, number 39, A.G. Alala.
Okay. Nicholls leads at 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's 2 outs. Colonels have a runner at third, Brady Bell. He will get to have a meet and greet moment with A.G. Alaya. He's the rare left-handed pitcher that has struggled against lefties. Had a great freshman season, has been pretty good as a sophomore, but lefties are hitting .360 off of him. Righties are batting .185, lefties at .364. Brady Bell, the left-handed hitting third baseman. The first pitch to him is a big looping curve, and it's off the corner for ball 1. 9th appearance of the year for Ayala. He's 1-1 with a 4.3 ERA. And his 1-0 pitch, chopped softly towards first. Tough play to be made. It's pitched back to the mound. It's late, and everybody's safe. A run scores, and the Colonels lead at 5-3. Face first slide by Brady Bell. He got roughed up a little bit on the bag. Shane Chasson in his first year as trainer with the Colonels. He'll jog out along with Seth Thibodaux. But Brady Bell giving the thumbs up sign. He's good to go. Bell now residing at first base on an infield RBI single. That is the insurance run that Nicholls was unable to get on Wednesday night. They're up 5-3 tonight against Corpus. An eventful trip around the infield for Alec Paz. Reached on an error, it brought in a run. And then he just made his way over to second and eventually third. Now he scores on the infield single. And that's both Dylan Bell and Alec Paz that come up with base hits. Toss over to first. Bell is back. And we are ready to see what Chris Sandberg can do against the 3rd Corpus Christi pitcher that he has faced tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning, and he will rocket one up the middle to lead things off in the 8th. First pitch that Sandberg was able to see. Colonels have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Bell moves up, and Chris Sandberg wasting no time hunting that fastball to continue what has been a promising 8th inning for Nicholls, a game-changing 8th inning. 5 runs in the last inning and 2/3 for the Colonels, and they're not done yet. Brady Bell, he's over to second base. Sandberg is now at first. And since Waylon LeBlanc was pinch hit for back in the 7th, Champ Davison popped up in his one and only plate appearance. Etheridge came in to play a little defense. We will get the 4th Colonel to step in and be a part in this number 9 spot in the order. 5-3, Nicholls leads it. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. Runners are on first and second base for the Colonels. And Mason Turner, he will pinch hit with 2 outs. And Corpus just trying to survive this 8th inning. Mason normally wears number 3. He's wearing number 4 tonight. And he will swing and miss at the first pitch. The 0-1 slider on the corner for strike 2. Just when the Islanders thought that they could coast through the final 2+ innings, 5 unanswered runs by the Colonels. Mason Turner looking to bring home a couple more. Time is called, and we'll reset with this 0-2 count and 2 away. The leadoff double by Dylan Bell. What an incredible week it's been for Bell. The home run on Wednesday, a couple big walks tonight, now the go-ahead run. The 0-2 to Turner, it's off the plate for ball 1. A.G. Alaya having a tough time with the back end of this Colonel order. Self-inflicted wound on an error on a throw to third base. And now an infield single that brings home a run courtesy of Brady Bell. 2-run lead for the Colonels, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A.G. Alaya taking his time before preparing for this next pitch. The kick and the pitch, and it's outside for ball 2. Turner is the 7th Colonel to hit in this inning. 8 Colonels were able to bat in the 7th. And this was following a stretch of success that had really lasted all game for the Corpus pitching staff. The 2-2 pitch, fly ball towards short right field. Coming on and catching it is Jeffries. That'll end the 8th inning, but the Colonels score 2 runs. They will take the lead into the 9th. 2 runs, 3 big hits. Another error by Corpus Christi, and a couple Colonels stranded. 2 critical Corpus errors in the last 2 innings have allowed Nicholls to score 5 runs. Colonels 5. Islanders 3. To the 9th inning we go on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Fans, make sure to stop by the tent on the first base side patio to get your tickets for the Nicholls versus Southern Miss baseball game in Metairie next Tuesday, March 26th. That's right, get your tickets today to see the Colonels at the Shrine of Caroline, March 26th versus Southern Miss. Now playing second base for the Colonels, number 13, Ivan Fredro.
Colin Kramer will look for the win save. He's got a 5-3 lead to work with in the top of the 9th inning. He is now the pitcher of record for the Colonels, and he will try to secure this win by saving it in the 9th inning. Nicholls doesn't even have a closer by committee this season. It's all feel and situation, and right now Colin Kramer is the best bet for Nicholls. He's got Thomas Jeffries IV, Trevor Beard, and Stephen Rivera Shaheen to deal with in the 9th. First pitch of the inning, line towards center. Approaching is Simon. He sits on it and grabs the first out of the 9th. 1 down on 1 pitch. Ivan Prejean is now the second baseman for Nicholls. Trevor Beard will bat with 1 out and the base is empty. A ground out to short. A ground out to short that led to a double play in the 5th inning, and then a walk and a run scored in the 7th. That's been Beard's night. It's a pretty simple strategy for Corpus Christi. Get a runner on so Itchy Burtz can bat. With 1 out, first pitch to Beard. It's on the corner for strike 1. Rivera Shaheen is on deck, and then Burtz would hit. It has been a perfect night at the plate for Burtz. He's 3 for 3 with a walk, had an RBI in his last at bat. Colonels have a 2-run lead in the 9th inning, and here's the 0-1 pitch. It's too tall for Trevor Beard's liking. He lays off, and it's 1-1. Colonels are looking to even up Corpus Christi in the conference standings. Corpus came in 4-2 in Southland Conference play. Nicholls is at 3-3. Time called by Trevor Beard. He'll back out of the box, readjust his batting helmet. Wearing the white batting gloves tonight. And he'll stand back in, the stocky right-handed hitting catcher. Here's the 1-1 from Kramer. Low and away, ball 2. Colin Kramer. What a performance in the 8th inning, and he has earned this opportunity to secure the win for himself. Tie game, runner on first, no outs. That is when he arrived, and he came up with 3 straight outs. 2-1 pitch, high hop towards third, but it cuts foul, and now it's a 2-2 count. Both teams have used 5 pitchers tonight. Both teams receiving solid starting pitching, with Corpus Christi having the edge in that department, but it is all a distant memory at this stage in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 9th inning. Colonel's up 5-3, and Kramer leaves the slider down and away for ball 3. A lot on the line for Kramer and the Colonels in this 9th inning. Kramer wants his first Division I win, and Nicholls needs their first Friday night win in the Southland. The 3-2 pitch, fastball is low and away, ball 4, and a full count walk is drawn by Trevor Beard. And now Corpus can consider a pinch runner. Itchy Burt's is now on deck, and there's less than 2 outs. Beard will exit. And Texas A&M Corpus Christi will get Tyler Mendoza in the game. Junior college transfer from Paris JUCO. They don't need a steal from Mendoza. They need him to step on that plate at some point. But it's the tie and run that matters for Corpus Christi. Mendoza is there to break up a double play and possibly ensure that some of these big bats can get a chance to hit for Corpus. They've got to get their number 9 hitter on board, Stephen Rivera-Shaheen. He singled in his last at bat. Working from the stretch. Here comes Kramer. And his fastball, it's nubbed foul at the third base line. We saw Kramer work exclusively from the stretch in the 8th inning. Joey Werner was stuck on first the entire time that Kramer was in the game. Kramer took care of the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Corpus. Now the tie and run is up to bat. Shortstop, number 9 hitter, the sophomore, Stephen Rivera-Shaheen. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Colin Kramer. He pitches and puts the fastball a little outside. Another ball call. Every single game this season has gone down to the 9th inning. An 11-11 year for the Colonels, 10 losses by 3 runs or less. Same story with their wins. 1-1, it's down and away for ball 2. 5 one-run losses for the Colonels, but they've shown the ability to win close games. It started early against Southern Illinois, a 14-inning, 1-run win. Some blowout wins along the way against Grambling and Holy Cross, but in conference play, 1-run win against UNO, and same with Central. 2-1 fastball, belt high, inner half for strike 2. Move the count to 2-2. A tough 1-run loss last Friday against Central Arkansas, where 4 unanswered runs were scored after the Colonels built a 3-0 lead, but Nicholls came back and won it 2-1 on Sunday. Tough extra inning loss on Wednesday at LSU. Now a 2-run lead in the 9th inning tonight. The 2-2 pitch strikes out Rivera-Shaheen. Kramer, a blow-by with the fastball, and there's 2 outs in the 9th inning. Didn't you know that it would come down to the bat of Burt's? Itchy Burt's. Single, walk, single, single. Scored a run in the 6th. It was the first of the game. An RBI single in the 7th. You see why he is top 5 in the conference in hits and doubles and batting average. He's up to .350 on the year with his batting average. No home runs for Itchy Burt's. He's got Enrique Sanchez Jr. and his 20 RBIs in 24 games on deck. 2-run lead in the 9th inning for the Colonels, and the pitch from Kramer left outside for ball 1. The left-handed hitting second baseman, he stands back in. Kramer, 6'2", 178, righty reliever. He sets for the 1-0. Pitch is on the way, and it's down and in for ball 2. Kramer has patiently watched this game play out and has seen Itchy Burt's do this to 2 of his teammates tonight. Get ahead in the count and then come up with a big 2-1 or 2-0 single. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. You cannot concede that hit to Burt's in this situation. Let's see how Kramer handles it. The 2-0 fastball perfectly placed on the corner, strike 1. Brady Bell is the third baseman for Nicholls. Ethan Valdez is at shortstop. Ivan Prejean just came in at second base. He's the third second baseman we've seen for Nicholls tonight. Adam Tarver at first base. Sandberg, he's behind home plate. The 2-1, fly ball foul. It's out of play behind the Colonel dugout, and Corpus is down to their last strike. Austin France in left field, Dane Simon in center, Alec Paz in right. They've got the shift on towards left center, and right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 2-run Colonel lead in the top of the 9th inning. Colin Kramer, he sets and pitches. It's popped up down the third baseline, heading foul and out of play. And this is the Ichiro protective swing that lefty leadoff hitters have perfected. If they're as capable as Itchy Burt's is, that ball's within a half foot of the outer edge of the plate. Swing away and live to see another day. Close enough that Burt's will foul it off. Another 2-2 count with 2 away. The pitch from Kramer popped up in the infield. It's behind home plate. Sandberg sheds his mask, looks up, and ends the game. Let the good times roll, Colonels. You've got a 5-3 win against one of the hottest teams in the Southland Conference. Colin Kramer, his first career win as a D1 pitcher. 5 unanswered for Nicholls. They score 3 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and they get a harmless pop fly behind home plate to end it. A couple big errors by Corpus, but the Colonels earned all 5 of those runs, and they improved to 12-11 on the year, 4-3 in Southland Conference play. Islanders drop to 15-10 on the season and 4-3 in SLC play. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Can't wait to be back behind the mic for more Colonel baseball. We've got Jake Badavian on the mound for Nicholls. Those 5 runs in the 7th and the 8th. Credit Dylan Bell, the leadoff double to open the 8th. He came around to score the go-ahead run. And Colin Kramer, 2 solid innings of relief. He gets his first win as a member of the Dirty Red. It's Nicholls 5, Corpus 3, a Friday night send-off to start our 3-game radio series. We'll do it again tomorrow night. We'll see you at 6 p.m. on your home for Nicholls State University Athletics, ESPN Radio New Orleans.